ABC News.
For the first time ever, the state of Florida has carried out 2 executions in one day. One of the prisoners was 80, making him the oldest person ever put to death in Florida. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
68 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:02. Meteorologist Josh Nichols says 74 is your high today. Got to see some showers, some heavy rain this afternoon. News this hour brought to you by Coastal Heritage Bank. Community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. One meeting last night and another one scheduled for tonight. This is for the Stoughton Select Board. They're meeting tonight to discuss what are called, quote, 2 separate personnel-related complaints involving Police Chief Donna McNamara and Town Manager Tom Coulter. They add they'll do this in conjunction with Town Council to determine the appropriate process for reviewing the complaints and next steps. This follows a lawsuit filed by Stoughton Police Chief Donna McNamara against the town and Town Manager Tom Coulter. The lawsuit filed in state court alleges that Coulter has been harassing her and waging a smear campaign to force her out of her position because she's a woman. In addition, the lawsuit seeks restoration of sick time McNamara had to use. McNamara and her attorneys have argued that only the town select board has the authority to hire or fire the police chief. On Tuesday, the Stoughton International Association of Firefighters, Local 1512, put their support behind the chief. President Derek Stuckey said in part on a press release sent to WATD that Chief McNamara has a respectful, productive, and professional working relationship with the Stoughton firefighters, but also says our members have faced many of the same fear and intimidation tactics at the hands of Town Manager Thomas Coulter. At last night's meeting, over a dozen people came out in orange T-shirts to support Chief McNamara. And tonight, that's an executive session. As soon as we find out what happens, we'll let you know. Meanwhile, WATD has reached out several times to Town Manager Tom Coulter for comment.
Frankie, what's cooking?
Shouldn't you be at pickleball?
Yeah, I'm off this week.
Well then, let's get you that coffee.
Around here, people remember you and your schedule. At Coastal Heritage Bank, we believe banking should feel just as personal. For generations, we've helped South Shore families with checking, savings, and deposit solutions, combining modern banking technology with the personal service we're known for. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender.
7:04 on 95.9. News now sponsored by Early Law Group. Injured? Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. Lindsay Clancy's ex-husband, Patrick Clancy, the first witness to testify in the Lindsay Clancy murder trial this week, is expected to be back on the stand this morning for more testimony. On Monday, he said a month before the killings, his wife began to describe suicidal and intrusive thoughts of harming the children, but denied having plans to hurt them or herself. He said that January day in 2023, when the children were killed, started out as a pretty positive day.
Yeah. And while you're with the boys and Lindsay's with Cora at the doctor's, are you sending text messages and photos back and forth? Yeah. And why did you send a photo of Dawson to Lindsay that morning?
Because he dressed himself completely for the first time.
Prosecutors say Clancy strangled her children, Cora, Dawson, and Callan, after sending her husband out to pick up dinner. She then used multiple methods to try to end her own life. She remains paralyzed from the waist down after jumping from the home's second-story window. A ruling by the judge yesterday will allow a site visit to the family's former Duxbury home. Only authorized people will be allowed, including attorneys, the judge, jury members, Clancy, and necessary personnel. The trial resumes this morning at 9 a.m. A Hingham man charged in a road rage shooting is scheduled to appear today in court for a dangerousness hearing. 60-year-old Stephen License has been held without bail on several charges, including assault to murder, assault and battery with a firearm, and discharging a firearm within 500 feet of a building. License is accused of firing 2 shots from his revolver at a man in the Hingham Public Library parking lot last Thursday afternoon. Police say License was a passenger in a car being driven by his wife. As they were driving along Route 228, License's wife allegedly threw a tissue out of the window. A man driving a pickup truck behind them told police he witnessed the tissue being thrown and followed the vehicle to the library parking lot because he said he's opposed to littering. Police say the man and the woman both got out of their vehicles and had a heated verbal argument. License, who was still inside the car, is alleged to have warned the male driver not to approach his wife. Police say License then shot twice at the man as he was returning to his truck. The man was not injured, but License was transported to a local hospital for treatment of stress. Police say License has a permit to carry a firearm. His permit was suspended in 2022, and about 50 firearms were removed from his home. Well, the Marshfield Veterans Agents are continuing their tradition of hosting their monthly coffee and get-together at the Council on Aging. This month, they have a special guest speaker from the Duxbury Bay Maritime School.
So we have veterans and spouses, families are welcome to come and learn about. Our guest speaker this month is Duxbury Bay Maritime School. Kristen Gillespie will be there.
That's Karen Paulette, the Marshfield Veterans Agent.
And she will be talking about some programs that they offer free for veterans, or that they do sailing, they do rowing, so you need to take a rowing class before you go the row on the water.
Okay.
So it's just a really great opportunity for veterans who would like to get on the water, whether they're in a wheelchair, it doesn't matter. They're wheelchair adaptive, which is wonderful.
Lisa Potts is the Assistant Marshfield Veterans Agent.
So the school itself, the building's beautiful. The Maritime Center is absolutely stunning. And I think this is a program it's an adaptive program. So the different maritime centers on the South Shore do run adaptive programs. So this must just be the one that they're doing specifically, and they offer it for veterans, which is just phenomenal. The Vets on the Bay has been a huge program over the past couple of years.
That was in June.
Yeah, that just went by. That was in June. And a couple of our spouses attended and absolutely loved it.
And the Marshfield Veterans Coffee, last Wednesday of every month. So it's this morning, 10 a.m. at the Council on Aging on Webster Street.
Hi, I'm attorney Chris Early. If you've been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or another serious accident, you may be feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unsure of what to do next. That's where me and my team can help. At Early Law Group, we take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you through the legal process every step of the way. We believe every client deserves personal attention and compassionate representation.
Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group, 617-444-7777. That's 617-444-7777.
Call early before it's too late.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. It is 7:09. We got a crash reported on 128 northbound near University Ave in Westwood. It's one car there. It's a hit and run. The other vehicle forgot to stop. So we've got one vehicle there, 128 north at University Ave, 24 north. Slow Harrison Boulevard as you make your way up towards 139 in Stoughton. Route 3 on the northbound side. Slow from Route 18 in Weymouth up to Union Street. Down the Cape, a little slow at the Sagamore on 3 South. 25 East is slow at the Bourne. And the expressway is busy. Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. We also have a new crash coming in on 24 northbound. This is near 139 in Stoughton. Also, again, seem to have some forgetting issues. Someone forgot to stay at that one, too. We have one car. It was another hit and run, 24 north near 139. The other vehicle left. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
The rain gear will be a must for all of eastern Massachusetts from hilltop to seashore today as we dodge numerous showers and thundery downpours. There is the risk for some localized flooding issues with some sizable rainfall tallies, especially west of Boston. Temperatures are going to be into the low 70s for the most part, and we'll find a freshening easterly breeze. Coming up for tonight, additional showers and thunderstorms look likely with some patchy fog. The overnight low temperature close to 60, and we're still going to need to have the rain gear on standby for tomorrow. With additional showers and thunderstorms developing, the high temperature close to 70 with more of a northeasterly wind. Still dodging drops into Thursday night, but then we'll start to dry out later Friday with some partial sun developing after a shower, the high in the mid-70s. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Right now looking at, looks like still 68 degrees out there, 7-11 on a Wednesday. I'm Christine James. We've got more for you. We've got Rob Hakala. He's sitting right here on 95.9 WATD.
Thank you, Christine. Good morning. This South Shore's Morning News. Thanks for listening to us on the radio. The YouTube feed is also fired up. WATD Radio on YouTube. You can like, watch, and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. You can get the link right from our homepage, 959WATD.com. Well, we have come to the final Wednesday of the month, and as we do on the final Wednesday of every month, we focus on the arts. Our hats off to the arts segment with the Plymouth Center for the Arts, artsplymouth.org, artsplymouth.org. And our special guest this month joining us is Gail Parker from the Plymouth Center for the Arts. Gail, good morning.
Good morning, Rob. How are you today?
I am doing very well. How are you, Gail?
Very good. We're busy. First Fridays Plymouth is ramping up. We're already ramped up. We're halfway through our season. For folks that don't know First Fridays Plymouth, it's an event that happens May through October, the first Friday of every month, where we come together in the community to support the arts and culture and our historic institutions and some of our shopping areas and our small businesses and our dining and drinking establishments. So it's a fun Friday night, first Friday of every month. So we've got it's a lot. The next one is scheduled for August 7th, and we've got a lineup that is just really, really cool. First of all, we start in Shirley Square, which is right downtown in the center where Court Street and Main meet and North Street. So it's right in the center. We have Plymouth is hosting a musician called Colette O'Connor. She's going to be playing from 4 to 6. And then after that, just a few businesses down, Vinyl Lunatic Records is going to be having J Place Duo from 6 to 8. And that's kind of a funky, bluesy, cool duo that plays out front. First of all, I should say that all of our events for First Fridays are free. So the public can come down, check out music, popping into studios. I'll be talking a little bit more about that in a minute. If people are trying to figure out more about our First Fridays Plymouth, they can go to firstfridaysplymouth.com. It's our website, and that is a really good way to figure out what is going on each First Friday. We also have, besides the music in Shirley Square, we've got Kat Libretto, who is a master printer artist. She owns Inky Hands Print Studio, and she's going to be doing some live printing right in Shirley Square, so people can, watch the artist in action and print, and even have a chance to maybe print your own. So that's really good. Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah. Then down the street, we have the art shop, and just an FYI for those on the South Shore, Jesse Fries, who's one of the owners, was just recognized as the best artist on the South Shore.
Oh, well, congratulations.
That was really cool. And she and her business partner, Eddie Murray, run the art shop, and they came in as runner-up for their art shop. So that was really cool. She's going to be teaching soapstone carving, so people can pop in and try their luck at that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have a couple of other things going on. We have a local photographer, Ed Newt, who's going to be shooting photos around town. We have the Plymouth Bay Winery is going to be having sunset sips and slushies for adults only.
Yes.
And then the Plymouth Center for the Arts, which is really the keystone for First Fridays. We are so proud of them. They are going to be having their last few days of Ebb and Flow show. It's a member show, which is really, really very good. And then we have the New England Watercolor Society. I'm not sure if people know, the New England Watercolor Society has a home at the Plymouth Center for the Arts. So they have 2 galleries that have all watercolors, and they are always just phenomenal. We have music there as well from 5 to 8. All of these First Friday's hours are 5 to 8 p.m. So Louise Adams acoustic duo will be playing some great smooth music in the Art Center. And then we have a watercolorist and artist who is going to be doing a demo. His name is Tony Visco. Tony is a hot ticket, and he is an instructor at the Art Center. And we've posted some things on Facebook about what was going on at the Art Center. And Tony's kind of becoming a Facebook sensation. Like everybody's going, whoa, 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 you know. So that's really fun, really fun. The Artisan Shop at the Art Center will be open. We'll be having light refreshments there, a little cash wine bar. The other thing that's really cool about First Fridays in Plymouth is we have partnered with our historic homes, which we are so very proud of and excited to be part of. The Pilgrim Progress, you may know this, Rob. The Pilgrim Progress is well over 100 years old, where they reenact the pilgrims going to worship, and they do it every Friday in August. And they start at 6 p.m. at the the Mayflower Society. Mm-hmm. They walk down to the Plymouth Rock, then they walk up the historic Linden Street. They have a small service down by the Old Town Square, and then they march up the street and back to the house. So that is really a cool... So you can hear music in Shirley Square and watch the Pilgrims march by. So that's really kind of, and stop in for a drink at Speedwell Tavern. You know, what can you say?
Wow, that sounds like a lot of good things. This is great. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Plymouth Center for the Arts, lots of great things, and we always encourage you to check out the website where you'll find out more at artsplymouth.org, artsplymouth.org. And Gail, it's the final Wednesday in July, and it sounds like you've had a busy summer and still lots to come, though.
Yes, we've still got things scheduled for September 4th. We've got music at the Art Center. We've got music on the streets, and we've got all kinds of things planned for the rest of the season, so we're very excited. The First Fridays Plymouth.com. You can contact that website, and if you're interested in getting involved, my email is there. So please reach out to me and say hey and say I'd like to help. So or be involved in some way. So It's great.
Gail Parker, thanks for coming on with Hats Off to the Arts on WATD. Thank you, Gail.
Thank you, Rob. You take care now. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye-bye. That's Gail and Plymouth Center for the Arts. We do Hats Off to the Arts, and we do it on the final Wednesday of every month on WATD. 7:19, back out to the roads. WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s and 24 north. Crash at Harrison Boulevard has cleared in Avon, but we could do have delays approaching Harrison now, and it remains heavy beyond past 139 in Stoughton. Route 3 northbound, a little slow in Braintree. Southbound, reduced speeds at the Sagamore. 25 east, slow at the Bourne. The expressway northbound is heavy Furnace Brook up towards Andrews Square. And let's get a look at the ride here on 93. Not too bad through Braintree and Canton. 128 is sluggish, 95 to 109 in Dedham. I should mention the crash at Harrison's gone, but there was a crash still in the breakdown lane, 24 north near 139 in Stoughton. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, the updated South Shore weather and meteorologist Josh Nichols. And Josh, your report is sponsored by Weemeyer Dentistry. Experienced quality care with state-of-the-art equipment that will exceed your expectations every step of the way. Online at weemeyerdentistry.com.
A slow-moving complex storm system coming in from the west sets the stage for a real soaking across a lot of southern New England, especially areas west of Boston. But the South Shore and southeastern Massachusetts and Boston will have its decent dose of dampness. The time frame to watch for the bulk of the showers and thundery downpours will be from midday and into the afternoon, so don't leave home without the rain gear. And I can't even rule out some localized flooding issues. The high temperature into the low 70s with a freshening easterly breeze today. For tonight, additional showers and thunderstorms are likely with some patchy fog, the low temperature near 60. More scattered showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow with your top temp near 70 again. Some of the thunderstorms will contain downpours. It will dry out later Friday with some partial sun, but I can't rule out a shower in the morning, the high in the mid-70s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
All right, thanks, Josh. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, we're at 69 degrees. Weather sponsored by Weemeyer Dentistry. Experienced quality care with state-of-the-art equipment that will exceed your expectations every step of the way. Online, weemeyerdentistry.com. Coming up, we'll have sports next.
Dental problems always seem to occur at the most inconvenient times. I'm Dr. Sean O'Brien of Weemeyer Dentistry. Don't let a broken tooth or dental infection ruin your plans. Let our team of hygienists and dentists show you why so many people trust us with their smiles. We offer the latest in dental technology in our comfortable, state-of-the-art facility. If you're looking for a dental office to call home, call us today, 781-934-5292, or find us on the web at weemeyerdentistry.com.
WATD Sports at 7:23. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. A loss for the Red Sox last night. Sox lose to the A's out in California by a score of 4-3. Now, Connor Wong did launch a 2-run homer with 2 outs in the 9th for the Red Sox, but not enough late in the game, and so the Red Sox lose 4-3 as rookie Gage Jump pitched 6 scoreless innings for the A's. Sox lose 4-3. Sox and A's meet again tonight in West Sacramento, California. First pitch at 9:40. It's game 3 of a 4-game series. Curtis Mead's going to be out. He's the brand new guy. We just got him over the weekend in that trade that sent Connolly early to the Washington Nationals. Curtis Mead's out. He has a wrist injury. He was injured in his second at-bat with the Red Sox on Monday when he was hit on the wrist by A's starter Jack Perkins. And Christian Gonzalez may have an offer from the Patriots that would make him the highest paid cornerback in the NFL, but he's holding off on accepting it for now. He prefers to keep the reasons private, despite team owner Robert Kraft's public statement about what he said is a historic offer to the star defender. The reports say that Gonzalez and his agents are waiting for Seattle Seahawks star Devin Witherspoon to sign a contract extension first. No Patriots training camp today. That'll resume again tomorrow in Foxborough. And that's your update on sports on WATD.
There's an electricity in the air and on the ground in downtown Plymouth. This summer and all the way through the Thanksgiving parade, ride from the waterfront to the courthouse or travel all the way down Court Street for free. Simply download the Ride Circuit app on your phone and put in a request for a ride. Park once, ride free. Ride Circuit will pick you up and drop you off anywhere in the Plymouth Historic District. The all-electric vehicles save congestion, pollution, and plenty of hassle. Download the Ride Circuit app today and begin your Plymouth adventure. Sponsored by cplymouth.com and Park Plymouth.
By the middle of the week, so much news has come your way, you need your own team to sort it out. Lucky for you, there's Jared Valenzola and the JV team to talk about the things you've heard and catch you up on some things you might not know.
I'm Jared Valenzola. Join me and my guests as we have fun with current events and try to put things into perspective each week. Sponsored by Corey Welch of Boom Realty. Catch the JV team tonight at 6:15 here on 95.9 WATD.
Reliable, refreshing, and ready. Every morning, the South Shore's Morning News with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
Right, to have you along Wednesday edition of the broadcast coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Thank you so much for sponsoring and supporting the show. We appreciate Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Coastal Heritage Bank, member FDIC, member DIF. And if you want to check out the Coastal Heritage Bank studios, you can. WATD Radio on YouTube. You can like, watch, and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube and watch the show and check out the beautiful Coastal Heritage Bank studios. 69 degrees in Marshfield. Going to be a day of heavy rain, some downpours, and localized flooding. We'll check traffic and weather coming up next on the 9s. Right now, it's time to check in with our digital pro. Here's Kim Commando.
Micro, America's top advocate for skilled trades, says that not everyone needs college for a high-paying, satisfying career. I completely agree. The only ones who seem to disagree are the colleges and universities. I'm Kim Commando for Improve Life Joint Support. My new stimulant-free U.S.-made supplement relieves joint discomfort. Get up to 25% off plus free shipping at improvelife.com/Kim. Okay, America badly needs carpenters, electricians, high-voltage linemen, and a host of others, too many to mention, and none require college degrees. It turns out that young people are listening, and many liberal arts schools are not only in financial trouble, they're fighting back. At Arizona State University, my alma mater, you take classes in social media content creation. Oh, brother. I won't say this is a big waste of time and money, but you don't go to college to learn something millions of teens do every single day for free. And get more tech news like this every single morning by getting my free newsletter at getkim.com.
7:28 on WATD. We'll have an update on traffic and weather coming up next on the 9s. The text line is available. If you want to connect into the show, you can do that by sending your text message to 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900. That's our WATD text line. All right, perhaps a new use for drones. Schools in some locations are turning to the high-tech devices as a way to combat active shooters. They're equipping themselves with drones that are capable of distracting armed suspects. ABC's Sophie Flay has the story.
These drones can zoom across a school campus in just seconds. Their goal? Help stop an active shooter. At least 9 schools in Florida, Georgia, and Colorado are now being equipped with the drones, which are designed to distract a school shooter until police arrive by flashing strobe lights, sounding sirens, and spraying pepper gel. The aircraft, called Campus Guardian Angel, can ram into a threat at 50 miles per hour.
And it's ABC's Sophie Flay reporting. 7:30 news coming up. Christine James in our newsroom this morning. We'll get you updated on the morning's top stories next half hour. Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce report, Amy Naples at 7:41. 7:29. WATD traffic and weather on the 9s and the Route 3 northbound ride. Some reduced speeds from Route 18 up towards Union Street. Southbound side of Route 3 is slow on the approach to the Sagamore. 25 East, a little busy at the Bourne. Northbound Expressway is slow. Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. 24, busy Harrison Boulevard. Up past 139, the crash at 139 in Stoughton has cleared. And taking a look at 128 northbound, some reduced speeds from 95 in Canton up to 109 in Dedham. This report is sponsored by George Washington Toma. Don't wait for tax-free weekend to shop George Washington Toma. Shop Toma now through August 8 to beat the lines and save big on all TVs and appliances. Place your order now and George Washington Toma will fulfill on tax-free weekend, saving you hundreds. Visit them in Weymouth or Brockton. George Washington Toma, where there's always a Toma to talk to. South Shore weather for today, cloudy skies. Some rain beginning, and it will be showers and mist, giving way to a steadier rain and then becoming heavier through the midday into the afternoon. Embedded downpours and thunderstorms. Watch for localized flooding. A high 74 tonight. Rain heavy early and then becoming mist. Occasional showers. A low down to 63. 69 in Marshfield. Good morning. It is 7:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
69 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:30. Meteorologist Josh Nichols calling for a high today of 74, but says rain is on the way and some of it's going to be very heavy this afternoon. News this hour brought to you by Pilgrim Coin and Currency. Get the best value for your coins, antique jewelry, sterling flatware, even pocket watches from local professional appraisers. Pilgrim Coins just off Route 3 in Weymouth. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu were in Washington for funeral services for the late Senator Lindsey Graham. And while there, they were welcomed to the White House for one-on-ones with President Trump. Zelensky talked about Ukraine making its own Patriot air defense systems. Later, the Senate overwhelmingly advancing a Russian and Iran sanctions bill named in honor of Graham. Zelensky.
First of all, we are very thankful to the senators and we are very thankful for this discussion. The discussion was with details how to help Ukraine, and we are thankful that this bill.
That's ABC News. Meanwhile, ex-husband Patrick Clancy, the first witness to testify in the Lindsay Clancy murder trial on Monday, is expected to be back on the stand today. Before court was adjourned on Monday, he said a month before the killings, his wife began to describe suicidal and intrusive thoughts of harming the children, but denied having plans to hurt them or herself. He also began to describe what was going on earlier that January day in 2023 when the children were killed.
How often do you think do you remember going upstairs that day to interact with Lindsay and the kids?
Once or twice. It was a busier day than usual.
And when you did come up to interact with them, how was Lindsay's mood?
She seemed happy.
Happy? And how could you tell that? What was she doing?
She was playing with the kids, and she seemed in a good mood.
At any point during that day when you came up or while she's texting you, did she tell you she was having suicidal thoughts?
No.
Did she tell you she was having thoughts of harming the kids?
No.
Did she ask for help or anything that caused concern?
No, she was having one of her best days.
One of her best days.
Prosecutors say Clancy strangled her children, Cora, Dawson, and Callan, after sending her husband out to pick up dinner. She then used multiple methods to try to end her own life. She remains paralyzed from the waist down after jumping from her home's second-story window. A ruling by the judge yesterday will allow a site visit to the family's former Duxbury home. Only authorized people will be allowed, including attorneys, the judge, jury members, Clancy, and necessary personnel. As of now, the Clancy trial is scheduled to resume this morning around 9 a.m.
This is David from Pilgrim Coin and Currency, South Shore's premier rare coin and precious metals dealer. With more than 40 years' experience buying and selling precious metals and estate jewelry, our gemologist has both the knowledge and experience to pay the fairest prices for all your broken, unwanted, and estate jewelry. When you're looking for a unique gift, come in and see our ever-changing selection of vintage jewelry. For those interested in purchasing precious metals, Pilgrim Coin has access to a full assortment of gold and silver bars and coins. Trust in the experience of South Shore's only professional numismatist. We carry in stock a broad selection of coins and paper money to satisfy both collectors and investors. Would you like an expert opinion on an item in your collection? Trust in the experts at Pilgrim Coin for an honest evaluation of your coins, jewelry, sterling flatware, and even pocket watches. Pilgrim Coin, located near the intersection of Route 18 and 53 at 399 Washington Street in Weymouth.
7:35 here at 95.9 News Now, brought to you by Stewart Painting. Every job done right and on time. Receive a virtual quote within 24 hours. Now hiring. Apply online at stewartpaint.com. Governor Maura Healey holding a ceremonial signing for 2 new laws to protect sexual assault survivors. The laws will be included in the fiscal year 2027 budget, where Healey proposed to eliminate the statute of limitations for rape cases when new DNA evidence identifies a suspect. Healey praised survivors for their bravery.
It's re-traumatizing. It takes tremendous courage to be able to step forward and speak publicly about what happened to you. But just know from the bottom of my heart the gratitude I have to all of you for your willingness to come forward. Because in speaking about your experience, you are giving voice to thousands and thousands of survivors of sexual assault who need to have their stories, their experiences shared, and need to feel today some measure of justice, some measure of justice. And I want you to know that it's because of your advocacy, because of your stories, your willingness to come forward, your courage. Starting today, Massachusetts is better. We're better today because of your work.
The governor also signing a provision that prevents adults in positions of authority from pursuing relationships with the teens that they supervise.
When someone uses that authority that they've been given, when they've been entrusted with the care of a young person, someone 16 or 17 years old, that's not a relationship among equals. It's an abuse of power, simply put. I don't know why our laws didn't appreciate that and recognize that until this point. It bothers me because I certainly personally have heard of the stories and grew up with folks who are the victims of abuse at the hands of a teacher, a coach, or someone that was supposed to be looking out for them. And it sickens me and it saddens me because I know the effect that can have on the trajectory of one's life. And, to know that people have been preyed upon by an adult who abused the trust placed in them is something that we want to make sure we're doing everything to eradicate.
And for more information, you can always visit mass.gov. And just a reminder, Marshfield veterans, they're having veterans agents having their Council on Aging meeting this morning. It's 10 a.m. And veterans and their spouses, family members are invited to go. Here's Karen Paulette.
The requirements of the VA that they put on these veterans and families is very cumbersome. And it's just helpful to go to see someone who's been doing it and understands the process and make sure all those T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, that you put everything in that needs to go in to get those benefits.
And Karen is the Marshfield Veterans Agent. That Veterans Coffee this morning, 10 a.m., Marshfield Council on Aging right on Webster Street.
What was your experience like the last time you had your home painted? Hi, I'm Sheldon Stewart of Stewart Painting. For more than 3 decades, we have provided our customers with a wonderful, unique experience. You'll notice this from the moment you call and speak to a friendly, real person. Stewart Painting estimators come out and give you a free estimate that will be in your inbox before they leave the driveway. Upon acceptance, a detailed package will be emailed to you, including start dates for both washing and painting. Stewart Painting will also assign a crew leader to manage your project from start to finish. Upon completion, a final walkthrough confirms your satisfaction, and we offer a 2-year guarantee. At Stewart Painting, we have our own in-house washing, carpentry, and painting divisions, and all employees are background checked. Experience the difference. Visit stewartpaint.com or visit our offices in Hingham and Hyannis. Stewart Painting. Expect the best.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. Time now is 7:39. Route 3 on the northbound side getting reports of a breakdown. We had reports of a breakdown in the active breakdown lane, Route 3 north after Derby Street in Hingham. And some slowdowns up in Braintree approaching Union Street. Southbound reduced speeds at the Sagamore. 25 east, slow at the Bourne. Over on Route 24, we have some delays from Harrison Boulevard up past 139 in Stoughton. Northbound expressway is slow, Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. The drive time, 28 minutes, Braintree to Boston. And 128 northbound, some slow spots, 95 in Canton up to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory for the month of July, just a little bit more than 3.8 inches of rainfall has been recorded. We're going to add significantly to that tally today. So hopefully you got to soak up what sun we did have yesterday, albeit limited, because I think today we just get downright soaked as we deal with showers and thunderstorms that will be building in from west to east. High temperatures today will be close to 70 degrees, but it will be a little bit cooler even by the water's edge owing to an increasing, freshening east wind. Coming up for tonight, we'll still be dodging drops with additional scattered showers and thunderstorms. I can't rule out some localized flooding issues across eastern Massachusetts. The overnight low temperature close to 60 with some patchy fog. For tomorrow, additional scattered showers and thunderstorms likely. The high temperature near 70 away from our South Shore beaches. On Friday, it's partly sunny with a shower in the morning. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
And right now we're looking at 69 degrees, 741. It's Wednesday. I'm Christine James. We've got more for you. We've got Rom Hakala right here on 95.9 WATD.
The South Shore's Morning News rolls on. Great to have you along. Wednesday. Time now to check in with the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce. Every week at this time, Amy Naples back on the line. Amy is the executive director of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce. Get involved in, be a part of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce. So many great things happening. And Amy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rob. How are you?
I am doing very well. How have you been? You had a good birthday week last week?
I sure did. I had a great birthday week.
Happy
Another
belated.
year older, but the weather was great. I
Still
enjoyed it
looks
very
just
much.
as young. Yeah, you love summer. I know that. Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense.
I do.
You're a July gal. All right. So
Yes, I'm a Cancer. You're a Cancer as well, correct?
No, just a little bit before Gemini.
Oh.
That's
Okay, Gemini. Okay.
Yeah.
We're still summer babies.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
true. June 15. June 15 for me, Gemini, with my twin personality. All right, so here we go. Amy, we got so many great things to talk about. We'll do
So many,
three,
yeah.
I guess. So what do we want to start with first? Number one here on our
Yeah,
list.
I figured we would roll into August since it's right around the corner and we're rolling on up into it. And I know Bob talked about this, but I did want to mention again on August 5th, we are going to be having Real Connections, and that is a fishing sunset and networking opportunity, and that is with the Duxbury Chamber. We're going to be boarding high hook fishing charters at 5 o'clock, and the event will go till sundown. You'll get a little fishing in, enjoy the sunset, and, of course, great networking. There is a fee associated with that event, so if you are interested, certainly head on over to PlymouthChamber.com to register. We have a very limited amount of space, so it's an intimate setting of networking, and we have a lot of great folks already signed up. So if you are interested in Real Connections, which Real, R-E-E-L, will be reeling in some fish that evening, we hope, head on over and sign up for that. It's a really great opportunity.
All right, so limited spaces for that, but I guess there are still some available, Amy, as of this
Yes.
point this morning?
Yes, we just have a few left.
Okay. So again,
limited space.
yeah, go to register for that, and that's Wednesday, August 5th?
That is correct. We'll be meeting at 5 o'clock. We'll have some snacks and drinks aboard High Hook, and we'll do some fishing and networking and just enjoying the sunset on beautiful Duxbury Bay.
Ooh, that'll be good. Okay, so Real Connections, fishing, sunset, and networking cruise. That might be a fun way to combine a bunch of your passions. So make sure you do that. If you're interested, don't miss out. That'll be a fun thing. You know, I think summertime's the time to not have any regrets. So make sure you do the things you want to do.
I
this year.
agree.
Yeah,
and
right?
especially as we're winding into August, you know, you got to make the most of this summertime weather. So
Yeah, exactly.
I
It
agree
was
with
muggy.
you.
It wasn't the best day yesterday, but you know what? I went in the pool anyway because I said, you know, I got to get it in. Got to get these days in because, well, I knew today was it's supposed to rain, so.
Yes,
go in
I
yesterday.
agree. That's kind of how I'm feeling too. I'm doing all the things I can.
Yeah, this will be great. All right, so let's do some more things. Number 2, Amy.
Sure. We have our networking luncheon. This is our monthly networking luncheon, so it is a facilitated opportunity. So each of the attendees has 60 seconds to get up and introduce themselves, and that is going to be on August 12th at the Himalaya, which is located in downtown Plymouth. And that event is from 12 to 1:30. Again, there is a registration fee because it covers the cost of your lunch, but a great networking opportunity midday We've been selling out on those. We do have space available, so head on over to Plymouth Chamber for more information on that. Great opportunity to check out a new restaurant. But it really is, if you haven't done any of the networking opportunities and you're looking for something more structured, that is a great one to attend. I'm always at them. If you've never been, be sure to introduce yourself. Let me know that it's your first time, and I'll make sure you have a warm welcome and introduce you to some amazing folks.
Oh, that'll be great. Okay, so that's Wednesday, August 12th. We got a lot of Wednesday events here. We're getting them all in here. All right.
I know, right?
I know. Well, yeah, it just works out that way. Yeah, and you had one more you wanted to mention, right?
Yeah, and lastly, I want to talk about a really fun new initiative that we are doing with our friends at the Plymouth Foundation and America's Hometown Magazine. It is called Seal the Deal, and this is a new initiative designed to support and elevate local entrepreneurs across the South Shore. So this is pretty much a pitch event. So people can come in if you're a brand new business or thinking about starting a business and you're a local entrepreneur. You can sign up to pitch your idea or business to a panel of judges, and we will be investing in those businesses. So there is an application process. You can head on over to plymouth-ma.biz, and that is the Plymouth Foundation's website. And it's going to be an amazing evening. We're going to be hosting that on September 23rd at the Spire Center. So it's a high-energy, super fun business pitch experience. So we're bringing together, startups, respected business leaders, people who have been in business for less than 2 years are welcome to apply for this. And we're really excited about this opportunity. We're investing in our local entrepreneurs. And if you are a long-time business and you just want to come and attend and watch, you can certainly do that as well. We do have tickets available also on that website. And there's more information at PlymouthChamber.com. Again, it's called Seal the Deal. It's going to be held at the Spire Center from 6 to 8 p.m. on September 23rd.
Wow, that sounds like a fun concept. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay,
yeah.
And seal as in SEAL with the seal there. I see that the seal in the picture here. Just to describe it here for the radio listeners, the seal is a monocle and is wearing a top hat.
Yes, we think he's pretty adorable.
Yes, so why not pitch your business idea before this local panel of experts? Now, again, so people would go to, is it best to go to the Plymouth-ma.biz?
It is, and they can scan, if you go to the Plymouth Chamber's website, you can scan the QR code and it will take you there. You can either sign up to attend the event, to become an entrepreneur that pitches that evening, and, of course, learn more. We also have sponsorship opportunities available. And I just want to note that it is not a traditional business contest or competition. There isn't just one winner. There's multiple winners.
Okay.
It's a really cool initiative that we're doing. We're really excited about it, and I think it's going to be a really great evening. But, yes, you can head on over to Plymouth-ma.biz. And that's the Plymouth Foundation's website, our partner in this with America's Hometown Magazine.
Oh, great stuff. Good items this week, as always, Amy. Amy Naples is the Executive Director of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, PlymouthChamber.com. She's with us every Wednesday at this time at WATD. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you so much, Rob. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to chatting next week with you.
Yeah, you as well. You too. Take care. All right.
Thanks.
Amy checking in every week. 7:49, back out to the roads we go. WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s. And the ride on the expressway, we got a crash southbound in the left lane at Furnace Brook. Northbound is slow, Furnace Brook up to Columbia Road. Route 3, we had a disabled vehicle. 3 north in the active breakdown lane after Derby Street in Hingham, so that's causing a bunching issue there. Slowing down, getting by just a little squeeze there just past Derby Street, and then slow up by Union Street. Southbound is slow at the, actually not too bad at the Sagamore. Some company getting over the Bourne Bridge on Cape. 24 a pocket at Harrison and 139 and 128 northbound. Reduced speeds 95 to 109. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. All right, let's get the details now. The South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather as we are awaiting the heavy rain. Weather is being sponsored this time around by Cape Cod 5 this time around. Passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Cape Cod 5.
A slow-moving complex storm system coming in from the west sets the stage for a real soaking across a lot of southern New England, especially areas west of Boston. But the South Shore and southeastern Massachusetts and Boston will have its decent dose of dampness. The time frame to watch for the bulk of the showers and thundery downpours will be from midday and into the afternoon, so don't leave home without the rain gear, and I can't even rule out some localized flooding issues. The high temperature into the low 70s with a freshening easterly breeze today. For tonight, additional showers and thunderstorms are likely with some patchy fog, the low temperature near 60. More scattered showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow with your top temp near 70 again. Some of these thunderstorms will contain downpours. It will dry out later Friday with some partial sun, but I can't rule out a shower in the morning, the high in the mid-70s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, 70 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD, and road reporter Chuck. Good to hear from you, Chuck, checking in on our text line. He said there was a little bit of reduced speeds at the Sagamore, but he said Route 3 south from Duxbury to the speed limit was, Duxbury down to the Sagamore was a speed limit ride, and moving along except for that brief delay just approaching the Sagamore and getting onto the bridge where it squeezes down a lane. He says, have a great, safe day and stay dry. Thank you, road reporter Chuck, for the report. Appreciate that. And Kevin from Duxbury, yes, again, he thought our intern Jason should clear all the weeds and brush around Ed's emergency generator for the radio station before any storm. Ed should have a 10-foot clear radius. Okay, that's Kevin from Duxbury. I'll pass that along to our owner and general manager, Ed Perry. 10-foot radius around the generator, says Kevin from Duxbury, to keep things nice and clean. I like that. I like the way Kevin thinks about that. Very organized. Appreciate it, Kevin.
At Cape Cod 5, we know that strong businesses create strong communities. That's why we're committed to being more than just a bank. We're a trusted financial partner dedicated to helping businesses of all sizes thrive. Whether it's a local business looking for its first loan, a family-owned business planning for the next generation, or an expanding company seeking new opportunities, we provide the financial solutions and personalized support to fuel success. Reach out to us. We're here to help. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
WATD Sports at 7:54. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. Well, it was a loss for the Red Sox last night out in California. Sox losing to the A's 4-3. The A's rookie Gage jump pitched 6 scoreless innings as the A's were able to cool down the Red Sox. Connor Wong did launch a 2-run homer with 2 outs in the 9th. That would close the gap, but again, 4-3, not enough to tie it there. And so the Red Sox lose to the A's 4-3. Sox and A's meet again tonight in West Sacramento. That will be at 9:40 tonight. Now let's get more on the national sports. We'll get an update now from the AP's Mike Hempen.
AP Sports, I'm Mike Hempen. Notre Dame and Ohio State have reached lucrative Jersey Pats sponsorship deals totaling around $30 million. Ohio State has announced a multi-year deal with J.P. Morgan Chase. Terms were not released, but many outlets report it to be worth $17 million annually. Notre Dame has announced a deal with SoFi Technologies. Multiple reports say it's worth $18 to $20 million a year. Denzel Ward has agreed to a 2-year contract extension with the Cleveland Browns, as we hear from correspondent Dave Ferry.
The AP says the Browns have given Ward a 2-year extension that makes him the NFL's highest paid defensive back. The report says the deal is worth $62.2 million, with $52.3 million million guaranteed.
A source says Draymond Green has agreed to a one-year, $27 million contract to remain with the Golden State Warriors. I'm Mike Hempen, AP Sports.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Now, the Old Colony Elder Services Tip of the Month. As we celebrate Independence Day, we're reminded that independence means something special at every life stage. For older adults, it may mean remaining connected to family, community, and culture. OCES offers services that help individuals remain independent in their own homes and communities. To learn more about how OCES supports independence at every age, visit OCESMA.org.
I'm Nicole Long, CEO at OCES. For more than 51 years, OCES has been empowering older adults and individuals with disabilities by providing information to support safe and healthy living as they grow older. Whether you need nutrition support, home care, or caregiver support, OCES connects you with the programs and community resources you need to stay independent. For more information, call 508-584-1561 or visit us at OCESMA.org.
Francesca every Wednesday right after Love Bites on 95.9 WATD. Monday's rough, Tuesday's long. By midweek, something's bound to go wrong. Burnt coffee, bad drivers, group chats blowing up your phone. Hold that thought. Don't let it go. We've got a place to let it show. Every Wednesday morning, rain or shine, it's your weekly event, Wednesday's Wine. On the South Shore Morning News with Rob and Francesca every Wednesday right after Love Bites on 95.9 WATD.
Yeah, we'll be hearing from Francesca. She joins us every Wednesday, our lifestyle expert, Francesca Luca. She'll have Love Bites after the news at 9, and then after 9:30. That's your chance if you have any thing you want to complain or whine about. The Wednesday whine, you can get that in. And you can certainly text in now, and we'll read them at 9:30. If something you want to bring up, feel free to do that. The WATD text line is 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900. The text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. Dr. Anthony Fauci facing questions over COVID at a Senate hearing. We'll get more on that. Other national news at 8 from ABC. Christine James with local news at 8:02. 7:59, traffic and weather on the 9s. And the expressway northbound, heavy Furnace Brook to Southampton Street. Southbound is slow, Savin Hill to the gas tank, and again, East Milton down to a left lane crash, southbound near Furnace Brook. Route 3, we had that slowdown near Derby Street in Hingham from a breakdown in the active breakdown lane. That's been cleared. Then some pockets in Braintree. Not too bad at the Sagamore. Some company, though, getting on at the Bourne Bridge. Weather for today, cloudy skies. Rain will be starting, and it will become heavier as we go through the day with a high of 74.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Missiles flying again in the Middle East. CENTCOM says it shot down several missiles fired from Iran. Jordan says it intercepted missiles as well. This after several days of a pause in the fighting and after President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met 5 months after the war began.
Netanyahu later described their Oval Office sit-down as excellent. He said it was a conversation of full partnership, of mutual support. He actually described it as one of the best conversations he's had had with President Trump. The White House, in a very brief statement from Caroline Leavitt, said that it was a positive and productive meeting.
That's ABC's Mary Bruce. Search teams in Japan still trying to find survivors after the strong earthquake that hit the southern part of the country. At least 13 people are confirmed dead, but that number is expected to go up. Trump administration set to stop subsidies for Medicare Part D that could push premiums for the prescription coverage up as much as $20 a month. This is ABC News. Jay Clayton has been confirmed by the Senate as the next director of national intelligence. Republican Senator Tom Cotton citing his experience as a U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York.
He's overseen numerous high-profile cases, including the indictment of Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and the prosecution of an Iran-backed terrorist connected to multiple attempted terror attacks in the United States.
Democratic Senator Ron Wyden, though, citing Clayton's refusal to say who won the 2020 election, only that it was certified.
He has repeated baseless conspiracy theories about American elections, refused to acknowledge who won the 2020 election, and participated in an abusive investigation of American journalists while providing false testimony to Congress about that investigation.
The vote was 51-47 along party lines, all Republicans voting yes. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
70 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:02. Meteorologist Josh Nichols is in today. Says your high going up to 74. Rain will arrive and it's going to be heavy this afternoon. News this hour brought to you by King Optical. Choose from thousands of custom frames or get replacement lenses crafted for your favorite pair of glasses. You can clearly see why they've been in business for over 70 years. Visit kingoptical.net. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. One meeting last night and another one scheduled for tonight. This is in connection with what's going on in Stoughton and the police chief, Donna McNamara, and town manager, Tom Coulter. Now, tonight's meeting will discuss two separate personnel-related complaints involving the police chief, Donna McNamara, and town manager, Tom Coulter. They'll do this in conjunction with town council to determine the appropriate process for reviewing the complaints and next steps. This follows a lawsuit filed by Stoughton Police Chief Donna McNamara against the town and town manager, Tom Coulter. Now, the lawsuit filed in state court alleges that Coulter had been harassing her and waging a smear campaign to force her out of her position because she's a woman. In addition, the lawsuit seeks restoration of the sick time McNamara has had to use. McNamara and her attorneys have argued that only the town select board has the authority to hire or fire the police chief. On Tuesday, the Stoughton International Association of Firefighters Local 1512 put their support behind the chief. President Derek Stuckey says in part in a press release sent to WATD that Chief McNamara has a respectful, productive, and professional working relationship with the Stoughton firefighters, but also says our members have faced many of the same fear and intimidation tactics at the hands of town manager Thomas Coulter. WATD has reached out to Tom Coulter, the town manager, several times. Meanwhile, at that meeting last night, a number of supporters of McNamara showed up all wearing orange T-shirts, and no decisions were made. Tonight, again, an executive session. As soon as we find out what's going on with that whole situation, we'll let you know.
Hi, I'm Janessa at King Optical. Are you living with the crushing pain of a migraine? Or constantly battling crippling light sensitivity? Tired of hiding in the dark? King Optical has a game-changing solution. We're proud to offer Avalux lenses, the first and only FDA-cleared lenses specifically for migraine patients. Avalux helps you manage triggering light, so you can stop waiting for the pain to pass and get back to doing what you love without side effects. Don't let the light control your life. Visit King Optical today at 20 School Street West in Braintree or online at kingoptical.net.
And at 8:05 here on 95.9 News Now, brought to you by Bellstar Jewelry. Tax-free weekend is August 8th and 9th. Beat the rush. Shop Bellstar Jewelry now and they'll hold your purchase so your sale is processed tax-free that weekend. Shop Bellstar Jewelry in the Anderson Plaza on Route 139 in Pembroke. Well, Lindsay Clancy's ex-husband, Patrick Clancy, the first witness to testify in the Lindsay Clancy murder trial this week, is expected to be back on the stand this morning for more testimony. On Monday, he said a month before the killings, his wife began to describe suicidal and intrusive thoughts of harming the children, but denied having plans to hurt them or herself. He said that January day back in 2023, when the children were killed, started out as a pretty positive day.
Yeah. And while you're with the boys and Lindsay's with Cora at the doctor's, are you sending text messages and photos back and forth? Yeah. And why did you send a photo of Dawson to Lindsay that morning?
Because he dressed himself completely for the first time.
Prosecutors say Clancy strangled her children, Cora, Dawson, and Callan. After sending her husband out to pick up dinner, she then used multiple methods to try to end her own life. She remains paralyzed from the waist down after jumping from the home's second-story window. A ruling by the judge yesterday will allow a site visit to the family's former Duxbury home. Only authorized people will be allowed on the property, including attorneys, the judge, jury members, Clancy, along with necessary personnel. And again, that Clancy trial resumes this morning. That's scheduled at 9 a.m. Well, a Hingham man charged in a road rage shooting scheduled to appear today in court for a dangerousness hearing. 60-year-old Stephen License held without bail on several charges, including assault to murder, assault and battery with a firearm, and discharging a firearm within 500 feet of a building. License is accused of firing 2 shots from his revolver at a man in the Hingham Public Library parking lot. This was last Thursday afternoon. Police say License was a passenger in a vehicle being driven by his wife. As they were driving along Route 228, License's wife allegedly threw a tissue out of the window. A man driving a pickup truck behind them told police he witnessed the tissue being thrown and followed the vehicle to the library parking lot because he said he's opposed to littering. Police say the man and the woman both got out of their vehicles and had a heated verbal argument. License, who was still inside his car, managed to have warned the male driver not to approach his wife. Police say License then shot twice at the man as he was returning to his truck. The man was not injured, but License was transported to a local hospital for treatment of stress. Police say License has a permit to carry a firearm. His permit was suspended in 2022, and about 50 firearms were removed from his home.
Jewelry is more than something you wear. It's a celebration, a milestone, a family story. The pieces you treasure today become the memories you'll pass on tomorrow. That's why generations of South Shore families have trusted Bellstar Jewelry in Pembroke for expert repair, restoration, and guidance. The Frasca family is proud to continue the tradition of personal service and craftsmanship that customers have relied on for decades. Visit Bellstar Jewelry at Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, or online at bellstarjewelry.com. A trusted jeweler is your best advisor. Bellstar Jewelry.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 8:09 on your Wednesday morning, and we do have delays on the expressway in both directions. The northbound side is heavy from Braintree up towards Southampton Street. It's about a 37-minute drive from Braintree to Boston. Southbound is about 25 minutes from Boston down to Braintree. Delays from Savin Hill to Freeport Street, and then again from Granite to a crash blocking the 2 left lanes. It's southbound on the expressway near Furnace Brook. Route 3 on the northbound side looks good from Clark Road in Plymouth up towards Route 18. We do have some slowdowns around Union Street in Braintree. Southbound Route 3, not too bad at the Sagamore. Some company over the Bourne Bridge getting on Cape. 24 northbound, we've got a breakdown in the breakdown lane, 24 north before 123 in Brockton. And 128 is sluggish. You've got reduced speeds northbound, the usual area from 95 in Canton up to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
A slow-moving complex storm system coming in from the west sets the stage for a real soaking across a lot of southern New England, especially areas west of Boston. But the South Shore and southeastern Massachusetts and Boston will have its decent dose of dampness. The time frame to watch for the bulk of the showers and thundery downpours will be from midday and into the afternoon, so don't leave home without the rain gear. and I can't even rule out some localized flooding issues. The high temperature into the low 70s with a freshening easterly breeze today. For tonight, additional showers and thunderstorms are likely with some patchy fog, the low temperature near 60. More scattered showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow with your top temp near 70 again. Some of the thunderstorms will contain downpours. It will dry out later Friday with some partial sun, but I can't rule out a shower in the morning, the high in the mid-70s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
70 degrees outside our South Shore studios, 8:11. That's local news. I'm Christine James. Sending it back to Rom Hakala. He's right here. Where else would he be? 95.9 WATD.
Generally, I'm here most of the time.
24/7. You look amazingly fresh, though.
Thank you so much.
For hiding under the desk and sleeping there.
It's not a bad place. Good morning. The South Shore's morning news rolls on. It's the 8 o'clock hour. Christine in our newsroom and you on the text line 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900 is our text line. Any topic you want to get in, you want to comment about the road rage incident in Hingham. Christine was just mentioning the man is going to be in court today. The man that fired the weapon, not necessarily the man that threw the tissue out the window. There are a lot of different players. There was the man that chased after the vehicle because of the tissue. So there were three people all, as far as I understand. One in the truck, then the couple in the car. She throws out the tissue. She's driving right, and he's in the car. And so he says, I'm going to fire my gun. And they said, no justification for that, sir. We think you're going to have to go to face those charges. And not only firing a gun, but in a parking lot of a library. So crazy stuff. But a true story. It happened in Hingham.
I know. But like I said, when this first started to come into the newsroom last week, I was thinking, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. I know. It's like, first of all, you can't believe everything. First it came in as a napkin, then it changed to a tissue. It's like, oh my gosh, wow. Well, in any event, whatever it was, you can't go and start firing your guns. So there you go.
Think before you sneeze.
Yeah. Let that be a lesson to all. Let's see. What is going on in Stoughton, Christine? What is the dispute all about here? I'm confused. Okay,
well, there's so many different pieces to it.
So you have a police chief that
Donna McNamara
is not chief anymore, or is?
There's a question. She's been the chief, I believe, and if I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me.
You can tell me.
I believe she's been chief since 2016. I believe she has never had any kind of a black mark on her in her folder.
She's not new to the job.
No, she's very well respected. I think she's been with the department. She may have started around 2001, 2002, whatever. Mm-hmm. So there's been something going on between her and town manager Tom Coulter.
Mm-hmm. Now that name seems familiar.
Well, that's because he's a former state rep from Kingston.
Okay.
And he was the former town administrator in Kingston as well.
In Kingston, okay.
Right,
yeah.
and then he went to Stoughton.
Okay.
And that happened.
Okay.
So there is her lawyers have filed a lawsuit alleging that he cannot fire her. Only the select board can, or I believe only the select board can.
And the
I hope I'm
select
not
board
mixing this.
Do not want to fire
Well,
her.
they haven't made any statement about that yet.
Okay.
They haven't
okay.
There was a meeting last night.
Okay.
And I guess several of the select board members were not there, and there were a number of supporters that showed up for Donna McNamara. They were wearing orange T-shirts and they support the chief.
Yeah.
But that was not the meeting that's scheduled for tonight, which is an executive session, and that's to address, I guess, personnel comments between both of them.
Okay.
So it's just the town manager appointed an acting chief who was a deputy chief. I believe his name was O'Connor. But and then there was something put out that said she had voluntarily, I guess, stepped down, but she said she never did that.
Oh, okay.
So there's and then she said that he's been harassing her and tried to smear her reputation.
Wow.
So
okay.
I guess somehow they're going to sort this all out.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
I wonder if they
and
have
if I got
any
one
documents.
or two details incorrect, I apologize. It's just so confusing.
Yeah. Well, I wonder do you think there'll be any communications that will come out? I mean, if she has some emails or messages, unless they were all vocal. If she has something,
Well, it should be there.
or if he has stuff from her,
Right,
if he's
exactly.
saying,
so we'll see what happens. They're having, maybe they'll resolve it tonight behind closed doors. Town council will be there as well.
Yeah, because it says the firefighters union is supporting the police chief.
They came out very strongly for her yesterday. They sent us that information.
Okay, and what is the quote? It says, our members have faced many of the, quote, same fear and intimidation tactics at the hands of the town manager.
That's what they said.
So, I'm wondering what kind of operation is being run, and hopefully this will come out because the town is facing a lawsuit from the former chief, right? She is filing a lawsuit?
Right, she's already has filed that. Her
Okay.
attorney has, and we've actually spoken to them a few times.
Oh,
It's
boy.
I know.
Okay.
It's a lot, and we have put in, and we
Yeah.
actually backed it up in case there was a question. We've actually called and trying to get comments from the town manager, and have actually put it in writing, but haven't heard back. Now, he did speak with the Globe, I believe, on Monday.
Okay, yeah, you
But
can
then
certainly come on the show.
the Globe quoted us in one of their articles because what happened when he was in Kingston, there was I guess a difference of opinion about who should be doing what and behavior, and he, after an executive session, they came to a mutual agreement. So
Yeah.
they quoted that in one of their stories. So it's a lot to sort out.
Well, yeah, you're right. You have to wait for the full story to come out to figure out, who is responsible here. But let me ask you again: is it clear? Just so I'm clear, it's only the select board that has the power to make that decision. Is that true or
I
not?
believe that is what Donna McNamara is quoting. Now I
Okay.
can't quote
Yeah, 'cause
statute in.
He hasn't
statute
come
of-
out and admitted that he said, I fired her. Did he say that? Or is it still, or she's, well, no. I mean, obviously, you're right. She was taken off the job because he appointed the next person in line to be the police.
I guess
Okay.
acting
chief. Okay.
I know it's.
Oh boy. Okay. Now you said before. Now what happened when he was in Kingston as a town? Was there also a behavior issue?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that was
You can go
clear.
online and find all that.
Okay. So again, we'll wait to find out more. As Christine said, tonight is a night where we may find out more then.
And
Okay.
again, we don't know. And just,
Yeah.
the way.
Town
I don't wanna-
politics with
it's tough.
personalities.
Well,
I know.
it is.
'Cause we've seen these in a lot of different towns.
Well, you do.
They're-
And the thing is, and over the years, we've covered
Yeah.
so many of these between, and this might sound a little jaded, between school superintendents and town managers.
Mhm.
When you're in those jobs, after about 5 or 6 years, you get a good portion of enemies because you got to say no to people.
Yeah.
And maybe your personality just rubs them the wrong way too.
Yeah, I would
And so
think.
it's not that unusual. However, this situation is a little bit more unusual because it seems like something similar happened in Kingston, and the complaints have been a lot more vocal and detailed.
Well, prior behavior could come into play. Yeah, you're right. If there's a pattern,
Let's see what happens.
That'll be and then Stoughton will have a decision to make about his employment, I suppose, if it comes to that. But you're right. I suppose town administrators, town managers, the tough positions, school superintendents, and then we've seen also
police
with
chiefs.
police and fire
Right,
chiefs.
they have to say no to people
in all these towns.
So you're going to make enemies.
Some of them have been dismissed, and there have been issues.
Mhm.
And sometimes, as we know, it also leads to lawsuits.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, so Christine, we'll follow that, I guess. Although you said it's closed
I'm going to sue
tonight.
you, Rob. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, don't sue me.
Did you just throw a tissue on the floor? I'm
Uh-oh.
just giving you a hard
There
time.
you go. Yeah.
As soon as we find out more, we'll let you know.
All right. Stay tuned. 95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News. If you want to comment on Coulter, you can as well at 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900. Or again, the Hingham Road Rage tissue incident. Anything you want to bring to the table, feel free to do that at 781-837-4900. All right, let's get out to the roadways. WATD's traffic and weather, and a crash southbound on the expressway. Boy, this is causing a big delay. The two left lanes are knocked out at Furnace Brook. Traffic is jammed back to Neponset, and so it's going to be a rough ride on the southbound side of the expressway. It's 40 minutes now from Boston to Braintree. Northbound's 36 minutes. Braintree to Boston, slow from the split up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 is slow at the top end in Braintree. Southbound, not too bad at the Sagamore. 25 east not too bad approaching the Bourne. You do have some company, though, coming off the Bourne around the Rotary, and 128 northbound is busy from 95 in Canton to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the details. And our weather forecast is sponsored by George Washington Toma. Yep, George Washington Toma. Don't wait for tax-free weekend to shop George Washington Toma. Shop Toma now through August 8th to beat the lines and save big on all TVs and appliances. At George Washington Toma, there's always a Toma to talk to. And here's meteorologist Josh Nichols.
A slow-moving complex storm system coming in from the west sets the stage for a real soaking across a lot of southern New England, especially areas west of Boston. But the South Shore and southeastern Massachusetts and Boston will have its decent dose of dampness. The time frame to watch for the bulk of the showers and thundery downpours will be from midday and into the afternoon, so don't leave home without the rain gear. And I can't even rule out some localized flooding issues. The high temperature into the low 70s with a freshening easterly breeze today. For tonight, additional showers and thunderstorms are likely with some patchy fog, the low temperature near 60. More scattered showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow with your top temp near 70 again. Some of the thunderstorms will contain downpours. It will dry out later Friday with some partial sun, but I can't rule out a shower in the morning, the high in the mid-70s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, 70 in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. Sports next.
If you like tax-free and weight-free, shop Team Toma now. Hi, I'm George Anthony Toma, president of Team Toma. Where being a Toma means caring, even after the sale, when it's important. Avoid the lines. Visit us now for tax-free savings at George Washington Toma TV and Appliance anytime before August 8th to save time and money. Don't wait. Shop now and skip paying taxes on TVs and appliances under $2,500. Shop tax-free now, and you can be on the beach while we order your new TV or appliance. Team Toma offers 12 months, no interest financing with your good credit. Ask for details. Shop tax-free now at George Washington Toma TV and Appliance in Brockton or Weymouth. Don't wait any longer. Visit us at gwtoma.com, Facebook, or Instagram. Shop now and save time and money at George Washington Toma TV and Appliance until August 8th.
At George Washington Toma, there's always a Toma to talk to.
WATD Sports. At 8:22, good morning. I'm Rob Hakala, and our sports report is sponsored by Sea Plymouth, the official tourism site for the town and county of Plymouth, seaplymouth.com. A loss for the Red Sox last night out in California. Sox losing to the A's 4-3. Good pitching by the A's. The rookie Gage Jump pitched 6 scoreless innings as the A's were able to cool down the red-hot Red Sox. All right, 4-3, the final score last night. Sox and A's again tonight out in California. And that will be, that'll be game 3 of a 4-game series. So they've got one more. But tonight they play game 3 in the series. That will be at 9:40 tonight. And let's see, Patrick Sandoval will be on the mound to start for the Red Sox tonight. Curtis Mead is going to miss an undetermined amount of time with a left wrist injury suffered in his first game with the Red Sox. Yeah, didn't we just get Curtis? We did. The Sox acquired him in a weekend trade that sent the lefty Connolly early down to Washington. Mead was injured in his second at-bat on Monday when he was hit on the wrist by A's starter Jack Perkins. Sox manager Chad Tracy said on Monday x-rays were negative, but further tests on Tuesday showed an injury that will knock Mead out of the lineup for now. And that's our update on sports on WATD.
Plan a getaway and enjoy a long weekend exploring Plymouth. Go outside and whale watch, hike, walk along the ocean, and dine outdoors. At night, enjoy live music, theater, art shows, and ice cream under the stars. Begin your Friday night at the corner of Court and North from 4 to 6 and listen to live music at Sea Plymouth's Fridays on Shirley Square. Then head into a weekend of relaxed fun. Plan your Plymouth getaway on the Sea Plymouth app, brought to you by visitma.com.
Few make it big in motorsports, but the real reward for most is the joy of competition. I'm Miles Heeger. The excitement and danger of motorsports are the reasons drivers love to race and why fans keep showing up. Join me and my guests each week as we discuss the local short tracks while also sharing opinions and insight on the National Series. Tune in to Miles on Motorsports tonight at 7 here on 95.9 WATD.
News matters. Experience counts. You're listening to the South Shore's Morning News with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
All right, so here we are. It is the Wednesday edition of the South Shore's Morning News. Great to have you here, my friends. Rob Hakala with the morning team. We're going to be with you till 10 o'clock. And if you want to text in, be a part of the show, you can do that. Text line available for you at 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. Our text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree as the program comes to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Thank you, Coastal Heritage Bank, for your continued sponsorship and partnership. We appreciate that. Bob Terravecchia, of course, from Coastal Heritage Bank, one of our favorite guests of the week. He joins us on Thursday mornings at 8:10. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, member FDIC, member DIF. And if you want to see the beautiful Coastal Heritage Bank studios, check out the YouTube live feed, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can go there, get the link from the homepage now at 959WATD.com. WATD on YouTube. And you can like, watch, and subscribe. There also is a page as well where you can go into the chat room and talk. We want to thank Lord Hadaway for checking in. Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Christine. Halfway to Friday, says Lord Hadaway. And, of course, let's see, at Colt the Kidcast. Great to hear from you. He says, the best in the industry. I'm so glad I get to hear the Christine James again as well. Thank you, Colt the Kidcast, and the YouTube page. 781-837-4900 is the text line, 781-837-4900. All right, a couple of stories to get to, and then we'll get to traffic and weather in the nines, and then Christine will be up at 8:30 with the morning's top stories. All right, a Senate committee today set to question Dr. Anthony Fauci, accusing the former head of the COVID response effort of misleading Americans about the alleged source of the virus and lying to Congress. Dr. Fauci denies this. Dr. Fauci has long been a target of Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. ABC's Jay O'Brien is on Capitol Hill.
Ahead of this hearing, Paul releasing more than 1,000 pages worth of what he says are diary excerpts that Fauci wrote in the early days of the pandemic. Paul has long said he wants to see Fauci, quote unquote, behind bars. But Fauci, remember, has a preemptive pardon from former President Biden over concerns, Biden said, of possible political prosecution.
And as we hear from Jay O'Brien, as we mentioned, Dr. Fauci, who's 85 now, is again been the longtime target of Senator Rand Paul.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, 85 years old, once the nation's top infectious disease expert, who retired in 2022, has long been a target of Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, the chair of the powerful Senate Homeland Security Committee, who's accused Fauci of everything from mishandling the COVID response to misleading the public about COVID's origins to even lying to Congress, all of which Fauci strenuously denies.
That is ABC's Jay O'Brien on Capitol Hill. 8:30 news coming up with Christine James. And don't forget, in the 9 o'clock hour, lifestyle coach Francesca Luca, Love Bites at 9:11, and the Wednesday wine after 9:30 on WATD. 8:29. WATD traffic and weather on the nines, and taking a look at the ride this morning southbound on the expressway. We had a crash in the oh boy, what a mess. 2 left lanes. It's southbound by Furnace Brook. That'll slow things down with Curiosity northbound, but because of the crash in the 2 left lanes, traffic southbound on the expressway is jammed back to Savin Hill, and it's about 41 minutes from Boston down to Braintree. Your northbound expressway, 33 minutes end-to-end. It's slow from Braintree to Southampton Street. Route 3 is slow near Union Street. Wait, we're just getting word here of a new issue on Route 3 on the northbound side. I'm seeing a crash. Yeah, it's being reported 3 north. We're going to put it right by Route 14 in Duxbury. 3 north at Route 14 in Duxbury, a crash. Southbound Route 3, not bad at the Sagamore. A little bit of company getting on Cape at the Bourne Bridge. And 24 on the northbound side is slow, getting up towards a crash. It looks like it's 24 north in the right lane. Usual spot there before 140. You're back to Padelford Street. By the way, that crash on Route 3 northbound at Route 14, they're now telling us it's in the left lane. South Shore weather coming up, but this report is sponsored by the Early Law Group. Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group and attorney Chris Early have helped thousands of Massachusetts injury victims fight for the compensation they deserve. Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777, 617-444-7777. South Shore weather for today, we're going to have cloudy skies, heavy rain moving through with showers and thunderstorms. 74, 70 right now at 8:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
70 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:30. Meteorologist Josh Nichols is in. He says 74 for a high. Showers are on the way. They're going to be heavy midday. News this hour brought to you by Tiny and Sons Glass. His boys do a good job. Call 1-888-64-TINIES. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. The former husband of a Duxbury woman on trial for killing their 3 young children is expected to return to the stand today, continuing his testimony about a day that began with art projects and playtime in the snow and ended with Patrick Clancy coming home to find the bodies.
Yeah. And while you're with the boys and Lindsay's with Cora at the doctor's, are you sending text messages and photos back and forth?
Yeah.
And why did you send a photo of Dawson to Lindsay that morning?
Because he dressed himself completely for the first time.
Now, prosecutors say Lindsay Clancy strangled her 3 children on January 24th, 2023, after sending her then-husband Patrick out for some errands. She then used multiple methods to try to end her own life and was paralyzed from the waist down after jumping from the home's second-story window. Whether Clancy killed the children is not in dispute, but her attorney argues she was driven by postpartum psychosis, a rare mental illness linked to the stress, sleep deprivation, and hormonal changes that follow childbirth. Prosecutors contend that she acted intentionally and bears full responsibility for their deaths. Court resumes today at 9 o'clock. Meanwhile, the governor signing into law 2 new laws to strengthen protections for young people, protect sexual assault survivors, and hold offenders accountable.
A classroom, by way of example, should be a place where students, our young people, feel safe, feel supported. The message today is, you engage in that behavior, you engage in that conduct, it's criminal. And if you are overseen through administration and not doing your job and falling down on the job in the face of that abuse, knowing what is going on or having an idea of what is going on, that's over in Massachusetts today. I want everyone on notice about this, once and for all. We're going to start doing something different in Massachusetts today.
The laws will be included in the fiscal year 2027 budget. Healy proposed eliminating the statute of limitations for rape cases when new DNA evidence is found. Healy also signing a provision that prevents adults in position of authority from pursuing relationships with teens they supervise. For more information, visit mass.gov.
Just last summer, Joe Weatherby took his son, Joe Jr., on his first deep-sea fishing trip. The water was beautiful after a red sky night, and Joe had broke out his fisherman's hat with every lucky bauble he had. All signs pointed to a big day for the Weatherbys. And wouldn't you know it, after just an hour out on the ocean, Joe Jr. caught the big one, a real whopper of a fish, a 4-foot, 50-pound Boston hake. It took all of Joe Jr.'s might to reel it in, but he sure made Dad proud. Back on the dock, Joe Sr. beamed with pride as his son posed for a picture with his catch. But as it turned out, that old hake had a little fight left in him. The fish wriggled free from Joe Jr.'s grasp, flew through the air, and landed right on the harbor master's SUV, smashing through the windshield. How's that for the one that got away?
I'm Peter Brown from Tiny & Sons Auto Glass. Windshield broken? Just call 1-888-64-TINY, and thank you.
8:34 on 95.9 News now brought to you by Croy Health, formerly NVNA and Hospice. Proud to provide quality home care, hospice, and palliative services to 27 towns from Plymouth to Milton. Visit croyhealth.org. That's CROI health.org. Joining us now live on the South Shores Morning News, we have Bill Chenard. He's the town manager for the town of Pembroke. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Good to be with you today.
You know, I had a couple of questions for you because I was looking at your agenda tonight, and I wanted to ask you about, because this was something we had covered recently, about a discussion and a possible vote, and this is about your Veterans Park or Memorial Park, but you want it to be officially now Veterans Memorial Park on the Common. Will that happen?
So it's been called Veterans Memorial Park for as long as I can remember. And when they did the research, they found out that it was actually called the Town Common. So the goal is to change the name to Veterans Memorial Park on the Town Common. So I don't know what the board's going to do, but we're certainly going to make the presentation.
And just to change a name like that, is that just a simple vote, or do you have to go through other sources?
This one has no restrictions. It's a town-owned property with no restrictions, so the board could vote to change the name.
Okay, and then I also saw you have a vote on the Code of Conduct. Who would that be for? Would that be for citizen comments, or would that be for the board?
It's board comments. They've reviewed several different possibilities. They currently have a Code of Conduct. They're looking to amend it. Not sure where they're going to go with that tonight, but they've been reviewing it for about a month now.
Okay, and then I also saw a discussion and vote again for a bylaw review committee structure and term limits. So would that be something I know a lot of towns hesitate to put limitations on people that serve on committees. Does this have anything to do with that?
Not really. We have a pretty standard policy for boards and committees here. The bylaw committee was created by the select board, so they just want to make sure that it's consistent with all of the other boards and committees in town.
Okay, and then I see you have a couple promotions tonight in the Pembroke Police Department.
Yeah, we're excited about that. With the promotion to a new chief, the chief left her previous role, so now we have promotions to lieutenant for Tom Barraguaneth and to sergeant for Mark DeGravio.
Okay, so it sounds like you got a pretty full agenda tonight in Pembroke.
Yes, absolutely. Big night. Come on out, or at least watch it. It'll be exciting.
Okay. Thank you very much. And again, that's Bill Chenard. He is the Pembroke Town Manager. Thanks so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Take care.
Thank you. You too. We'll be back. We're going to take a look at traffic and weather right after this.
I'm Renee McGinnis, and I've been honored to lead the largest provider of home care, hospice, and palliative services in 27 towns from Milton to Plymouth. I'm excited to share that we have rebranded as Croy Health, still an independent, non-profit organization. NVNA and Hospice is a part of our legacy, and Croy Health represents all that we do in our commitment to growth. Learn more at croyhealth.org.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
All right, it is, thank you, 8:39, and taking a look at the ride this morning. We are looking at delays on the expressway. On the southbound side, it's jammed up from an earlier crash we had down by Furnace Brook. It's gone. All lanes are opened up now, but the southbound delay starts after around the Ponset down towards the Split. Northbound is heavy from Braintree as you make your way up to Andrews Square. Now, on the South Shore, we do have a crash. We were working Route 3 northbound. This was in the left lane near Route 14 in Duxbury. So expect delays after Route 3A in Duxbury. Up to that crash, it's supposed to be just after or just around the Route 14 area in Duxbury. And then you're fine from Pembroke up to Weymouth, and then again slow up by Union Street. Over on Route 24, that's jammed from Padelford Street in Berkeley up to a crash, 24 north, that is clearing now near 140. Beyond there, it looks pretty good through Brockton and Avon. 128 summer reduced speeds near 1 and 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory for the month of July, just a little bit more than 3.8 inches of rainfall has been recorded. We're going to add significantly to that tally today. So hopefully you got to soak up what sun we did have yesterday, albeit limited, because I think today we just get downright soaked as we deal with showers and thunderstorms that will be building in from west to east. High temperatures today will be close to 70 degrees, but it will be a little bit cooler even by the water's edge owing to an increasing, freshening east wind. Coming up for tonight, we'll still be dodging drops with additional scattered showers and thunderstorms. I can't rule out some localized flooding issues across eastern Massachusetts. The overnight low temperature close to 60 with some patchy fog. For tomorrow, additional scattered showers and thunderstorms likely. The high temperature near 70 away from our South Shore beaches. On Friday, it's partly sunny with a shower in the morning. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Right now looking at 70 degrees out there, 8:41 and 41 seconds on a Wednesday. That's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back to our very own Rob Hakala right here, 95.9 WATD.
All right, here we are, Wednesday edition of the broadcast. Thanks for being on the radio, 95.9 FM everywhere. Take us with the Audacy app. Put it into your smart dashboard. I listen when I'm out of range on the Audacy app, and you can too. And if you watch the show on YouTube, you can even get the behind the scenes as well. You might have seen our owner coming in and walking around. He likes to kind of take stock, Christine. And
yes, he does, and wander through.
He was just coming in here saying hi.
Yes.
That was
Take
great.
a look out the window, see if the turkeys are out there.
Yeah. Christine's doing the news. I'm trying to pay attention to the interview, but he wanted to come in. And hey, why not?
Hey, he owns
wanted
a
to check
building.
out beautiful state-of-the-art studios. He said, I want to check it out. And you're right. Yeah, we do own the land behind there as well. And that's a chance for him to take a look out the window, Christine, and see the beautiful WATD
Overlook
property.
his vast kingdom.
Yeah, he was coming in.
And feel the power.
He says he's going on a trip, so he's going to go on a trip. So we wish him all the best. I think he said Colorado or something like that.
Right. He and his girlfriend.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think her son lives out there, he said. So he's going to enjoy that, and he just wanted to see how we were doing. So thank you, Ed, for checking in. We appreciate that. Text line is available, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900 is the text line. If you want to chime in on any topic, anything you want to get in, anything you want to have Francesca talk about in the Wednesday wine, you can do that. If there's something you want to complain about, Christine, or anyone, I don't know, anything you want to bring to the table. Are there any, of course, littering has been the topic for many people. Again, we don't think it should go to road rage, but you can certainly...
or gunshots.
No, but you can, definitely littering can be a pet peeve. We don't like littering. Christine talked about, again, somebody that earlier, she told the story about somebody that a root that took by her home, and over was it over a period of months or years? Was it? Do you know how long they were dropping these little bottles outside?
Oh, that was a couple of years. The Gilby's, was it Gilby's gin or vodka?
Yep. And so,
those little nips by my house.
I used to remember seeing. I know in some towns, do they talk about banning them or?
Yes, they've tried that in a couple of towns.
I always remember seeing, because I lived on actually both of the streets I grew up on were very busy. Main kind of roads. I lived on Main Street in Hanover, and I remember too, when I would go out and I'd look near like the telephone poles, and you'd see kind of like those little bottles, as a kid, and I didn't know what they were, at the time, but yeah, you'd see like lots of nips and little things thrown out of the cars. I'm hoping we're seeing less of that today. I'm hoping
I think so.
We're
However,
seeing less drinking and driving and littering.
But while we're on littering, the one that really makes me cuckoo
What's that?
is when I've seen people that are still smokers take their whole car ashtray or whatever they're smoking and dump it in a parking lot. Have you seen that? Just dump it right on the asphalt.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yes,
it's
I have seen
really?
that.
Would you do this in your living room?
No.
Why are you throwing it in the parking lot?
I remember the tossing the cigarettes out the windows.
Yeah, I saw one of those this morning.
Those you will see some.
The tossing the cigarettes. Somebody did that ahead of me.
I can always tell it in the morning because when I'm driving, I see the big splash of sparks when it hits the ground. And it always goes on, and I don't know. I
think
know
I'm
it
gonna
hasn't
start
hap-
a fire.
I always imagine that my engine's going to blow up. I'm sorry, it's a little part of my brain, but I always think for some reason I said, oh, what if I have gasoline? Will that blow everything up? It never happens, but anyway, it can, in all seriousness, not going to blow up your car, but it can start a wildfire. Those have been started by careless smoking. That's a true story because we've seen mulch fires that start that way, so... Again, that's something to be aware of. So littering, nips, that'll be something. Maybe we can bring that up with Francesca. The Wednesday wine, speaking of drinking and wine, that's a chance for you to chime in on any of the topics that you would like to do, whether it be something you want to complain about. So that's what we do. The Wednesday wine is at that time on 95.9 WATD. All right, let's see here. We've got Lisa and Humrock chiming in on the chief being vocal about Sandra Birchmore. Did that lead to her being fired by Tom Coulter? The controversy in Stoughton. That I don't know. It's interesting. Okay. Our good friend Titanium Mike Wallow checked in. Hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for helping me reach my fundraising goal for the Falmouth Road Race. That's great. He was on our program and did an amazing job. Mike Wallow, he was with us. He is the gentleman that suffered that traumatic head injury in that industrial accident with a big slab of granite, and he almost died. He said he has helped reach his goal for the Falmouth Road Race. Please tell Pirate Radio Ed Perry I said hello, and I'm hoping he mounted his pirate head poster on the record room door. That's right. He made a photo of a pirate, Ed Perry as a pirate for Pirate Radio. So that's a good one. Let's see. Pet peeve, let's see. When people leave the air hose on the ground instead of wrapping it on the holder. Oh, that's that's the one when you go to put air in your tire, Christine, and some people just leave the hose.
Yes.
They don't put it back on the thing. So there you go. And let's see, 781. 781 checking in here with complaining about the show. Oh boy. 781. I appreciate that. Yeah, 781 says doesn't like the birthdays. That is actually one of the most popular segments, 781. So if you don't like it, I would say go somewhere else, 781. I appreciate the text, though, but yeah, I don't know. Christine, you know as well, we get a lot of great comments and segments and things on that. So 781, I appreciate that, but I think I'm going to have to tell you to go along. So again, we'll appreciate that text, though. 781-837-4900. 8:48 now on the South Shore's Morning News, and the temperature right now, we are at 70 degrees in Marshfield. Crash on Route 3 near Route 14 in Duxbury in the left lane, causing big delays back to Route 3A in Kingston. We'll get our update on traffic and weather coming up next on the 9s.
One Stop Painting and Renovating.
For 40 years, both homeowners and businesses across the South Shore have trusted One Stop Painting to keep their properties looking their best. Whether you need interior or exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or professional house washing, One Stop Painting has you covered. We use both soft and high-pressure washing techniques to safely clean everything from delicate siding and decks to walkways and commercial buildings. From a single room to an entire office complex, we proudly serve both residential and commercial customers with the quality, professionalism, and attention to detail that have made us the local favorites for 4 decades now. Thinking ahead, now's the perfect time to schedule your interior painting projects. Book your winter work early and ask about our winter discounts available on select interior projects. Don't wait until the schedule fills up. Call One Stop Painting today and discover why we've been the South Shore's trusted painting and property maintenance company for 40 years now.
Call us at 508-888-3500 or check us out online at onestoppainting.com.
One Stop Painting. One call does it all.
One Stop Painting and Renovating.
WATD time now, 8:49. We'll get to traffic and weather coming up. But first, Christine James, WATD Newsroom.
Thank you very much, Rob. Just want to tell you about a situation in Abington. It looks like there was a pursuit and a car crash there. This is in the area of 877 Washington Street. Again, a crash following a pursuit. Again, we're trying to confirm all this. The car versus a tree. We're hearing at least one person was ejected from the vehicle. Unconfirmed that may be a fatality. Again, that's unconfirmed. And then several other patients involved, as many as 4 or 5, and they have called for a med flight, and I believe they are taking 1 or 2 patients to South Shore Hospital. Looks like multiple people involved in this. Again, a crash in Abington in the area of 877 Washington Street. When we get more details, we'll let you know. I'm Christine James in the WATD Newsroom.
8:49, back out to the drive. Traffic and weather on the 9s. Crash Route 3 north in the left lane near Route 14 in Duxbury. Jam back to Route 3A. It's going to be tough through there. It's slow by Union Street. The expressway is heavy. Furnace Brook to Columbia Road, again approaching the O'Neill Tunnel. Not bad at the Sagamore. 25 East is okay at the Bourne. Or I should say 25 East, a little bit of company coming down the bridge into the Rotary. 24 is okay through Brockton and Avon. South Shore weather, let's get the details now. From meteorologist Josh Nichols with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather, sponsored by Cape Cod 5, passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today.
A slow-moving complex storm system coming in from the west sets the stage for a real soaking across a lot of southern New England, especially areas west of Boston. But the South Shore and southeastern Massachusetts and Boston will have its decent dose of dampness. The time frame to watch for the bulk of the showers and thundery downpours will be from midday and into the afternoon, so don't leave home without the rain gear. And I can't even rule out some localized flooding issues. The high temperature into the low 70s with a freshening easterly breeze today. For tonight, additional showers and thunderstorms are likely with some patchy fog, the low temperature near 60. More scattered showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow with your top temp near 70 again. Some of the thunderstorms will contain downpours. It will dry out later Friday with some partial sun, but I can't rule out a shower in the morning, the high in the mid-70s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
All right, thank you, Josh. And we're at 70 in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. Weather sponsored by Cape Cod 5. Sports next.
At Cape Cod 5, we believe financial strength isn't built alone. It's built together. From saving for a home to working toward retirement or planning for the future, we're here to provide tools, guidance, and personal service to help you move forward with confidence. And our team of community bankers will partner with you every step of the way because we care about your financial goals. And together, we can help you achieve them. We look forward to helping you. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
All right, WATD Sports at 8:52. Sports Report is sponsored by Cross Insurance. For all your home, auto, and business insurance needs, contact Cross Insurance on Ocean Street in Marshfield. Cross Insurance. All right, so let's see. A loss for the Red Sox as they lose to the A's last night out in California. Final score, 4-3. Some good pitching by the A's. 6 scoreless innings by A's rookie Gage Jump, and the Athletics get the win, 4-3. Some late action from Connor Wong, who did launch a 2-run home run with 2 outs in the 9th. Kind of exciting there to see, but just not enough. Red Sox lose. They'll take on the A's again tonight in West Sacramento at 9:40, Game 3 of 4. Curtis Mead's going to miss an undetermined amount of time with a left wrist injury he suffered in his first game with the Red Sox. The Sox acquired Mead on Saturday in a trade that sent the lefty Connolly early to Washington. Mead injured, being hit by a pitch, and it hit him on the wrist. Christian Gonzalez may have an offer from the New England Patriots that would make him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, but he is holding off on accepting it now. Gonzalez prefers to keep the reasons private. The assumption is that Gonzalez and his agents are waiting for Seattle Seahawks star Devin Witherspoon to sign a contract extension first. Whichever player signs first is expected to set a new benchmark. Gonzalez, who works out with Witherspoon, said he's just focused on playing football as negotiations play out. Training camp, it's going to be raining today. There's no public access to Foxborough today. That is expected to open tomorrow morning in Foxborough. And that's our update on sports on WATD, sponsored by Cross Insurance.
Searching for ways to save on your insurance premiums? Hi, I'm Carol from Cross Insurance, with local offices in Braintree and Marshfield. Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance want to help you save. Did you know that increasing the deductibles on your homeowners and auto insurance could help lower your insurance premiums? Plus, by insuring both your home and car with Safety Insurance and Cross Insurance, you could potentially save up to 20%. Safety Insurance has numerous coverage options, competitive pricing, and a broad selection of discounts, including a customer loyalty discount, good student, and a discount for paying your policy in full. With more than 75 years in business, Cross Insurance has the local experience you need and the great service you deserve. Our team is here to answer any questions you may have about coverage options and available discounts. If you're searching for savings, call Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600 to get started. That's Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600.
That'll be $84.52.
Perfect. Grab the bags, honey. Mom, why do you always check your phone before we pay? I'm just claiming my cash back on the Upside app. Since we're getting the groceries here and we filled up the car on the way, I've already earned enough this morning to pay for that pizza night we're having Friday.
Wait, so the app pays for pizza?
Not exactly, but the cash I earn on stuff we need helps us pay for the stuff we want. It's just a little win for our family every week.
Get more out of your everyday. Upside is the free app that gets you cash back on routine purchases like gas, groceries, and dining out at more than 100,000 locations nationwide. No points, no rebates, just cash back straight to your wallet. Download the free Upside app and use promo code ACT5 to get a $5 bonus on your first purchase. That's promo code ACT5 to get a $5 bonus. Remember, use promo code ACT5.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Technology is powerful and amazing, but digital assistants and chatbots can be frustrating. I want to speak with a real person and get a quick answer when I have a question, and I strive for my business to provide the same for the individuals and families on the South Shore that we work with. Hi, this is Alyssa McNamara-Reed with McNamara Financial. I'm a real person. I give tailored investment and financial advice to my clients, and my service staff is 100% human. Come see what makes us different. 781-834-2010 or McNamaraFinancial.com.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, full-time real estate agent and broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. My co-host, Melissa Wallace, and I talk Real Estate Roundtable. We can't wait to connect with you at bringing you all the insights, tips, and trends in real estate here on WATD, so we can talk real estate.
Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Sharon McNamara and Melissa Wallace, Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 WATD.
This is the South Shore's Morning News.
All right, 8:57, the South Shore's Morning News. Text line 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. And you can, you can text in. We had kind of a grumpy man checking in. 781 Grumpy Man says, I don't like the birthday segment. Only been doing it for 25 years, so I appreciate that. Kate says maybe you'll share your name. Grumpy man, grumpy old man, text in and let us know what your name is so we can identify you. All right, 781-837-4900. Thank you, Kate from Duxbury. Appreciate that. All right, let's see. We do have the top stories on the way at 9. We'll check in with ABC right at the top of the hour. Dr. Anthony Fauci is set to face a Senate hearing on COVID. We'll get more on that coming up at 9. And then the local news at 9:02 with Christine James in the WATD newsroom. And then coming up, we have the fifth and final hour. And it's a Wednesday, so that means Francesca Luca, our lifestyle coach, is here, and we'll have Love Bites and get to your question. Another love question for Francesca. That'll be coming up at 9:11. And then things to complain about, pet peeves, and things to whine about. We got a few of those for you, Francesca, that have come in. You can send those in on the text line at 781-837-4900. It's 8:59. Traffic and weather on the 9s. And the ride on Route 3 northbound, we've been dealing with a crash Route 3 northbound in the left lane near Route 14 in Duxbury. We had delays starting back in the Kingston area, a little bit slow getting by Route 3A and the Jones River in Kingston. And then again after Route 3A in Duxbury up towards that crash near Route 14. And then beyond there, you're okay up to Weymouth. The expressway is slow, Furnace Brook to Southampton Street. 24 and not too bad this morning. South Shore weather for today, we are going to have cloudy skies. We'll have clouds, rain, showers, some heavier thunder showers. High today up about 74. Some of that rain heavy at times with maybe localized flooding. 70 now at 9.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD, here for What's Next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. On Capitol Hill this morning, Dr. Anthony Fauci facing a Senate hearing over the COVID pandemic, how it started and how the response was handled. The committee chaired by Senator Rand Paul, a longtime critic of Dr. Fauci, who has accused him of lying to Congress. Fauci has been preemptively pardoned by former President Joe Biden. In the Middle East, new attacks after a pause in fighting that lasted for a few days.
U.S. Central Command says Iran fired multiple ballistic missiles, but says all Iranian missiles were successfully intercepted. Axios reports the target was a U.S. base in Jordan. The question now, how will the U.S. respond? In a separate escalation, U.S. and Saudi jets targeted sites in eastern Iraq, linked to Iranian-backed groups believed responsible for attacking Saudi oil facilities.
ABC's Sophie Flay. Hundreds of thousands of people forced to evacuate from their homes in Japan amid aftershocks from the earthquake that killed at least 13 people. This is ABC News. Big-time backlash against a plan to sell a stake in the commercial rights to the FIFA World Cup and other tournaments run by the body. FIFA's president, Gianni Infantino, surprising European football's governing body by announcing the plan, which would be funded by Jared Kushner's brother. The UEFA says flatly that FIFA is not for sale. New neighbors can always be a source of stress, but especially when they've got four legs.
Neighbors in West Hollywood are frustrated over a pack of coyotes now calling an unfinished condo site home. Resident Patty Fallon says after squatters were forced out, coyotes moved in.
They've been here for about 3-4 months. They hang out on a balcony. I'm a little jealous. They have a balcony. They have rent control, and they howl every night from 10 to 11.
Other neighbors say they're also concerned about the safety of pets and children. The city says it's aware of the coyotes and its policy is to prioritize a non-lethal management technique. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
News. ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
70 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 9:02. Meteorologist Josh Nichols is in. He says you're high up to 74. Going to be some showers around and rain's going to be heavy towards the middle of the day. News this hour brought to you by Early Law Group. Injured? Call early before it's too late. Call 617-444-7777. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. Not a lot of details available, but a car chase earlier this morning within the past hour. This was in Abington around the area of 877 Washington Street. Looks like a car getting into a tree. There may have been 5 or 6 people in the vehicle. There was at least one person ejected. Unconfirmed, this may be a fatality. And there are at least 1 or 2 of those patients taken to a local hospital. Boston Med Flight was called in. Not sure if anybody was actually transported. But again, if you're in that area in Abington and you see police and fire, 877 Washington Street, big pursuit, a crash, and could be a possible fatality there. We'll keep you informed. Meanwhile, a meeting last night and one tonight. This is in connection in Stoughton with the ongoing dispute between the police chief, Donna McNamara, and town manager, Tom Coulter. Now, the board is scheduled to meet tonight in executive session. They'll do this in conjunction with town council to determine the appropriate process for reviewing the complaints and next steps. This follows a lawsuit filed by the Stoughton Police Chief Donna McNamara against the town and town manager Tom Coulter. The lawsuit filed in state court alleges that Coulter has been harassing her and waging a smear campaign to force her out of her position because she's a woman. In addition, the lawsuit seeks restoration of the sick time McNamara has had to use. McNamara and her attorneys have argued that only the town select board board has the authority to hire or fire the police chief. The Stoughton International Association of Firefighters Local 1512 also throwing their support behind the chief. WATD has reached out to town manager Tom Coulter for comment. We haven't heard back yet, but we'll keep you posted with what's happening.
Hi, I'm attorney Chris Early. If you've been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or another serious accident, you may be feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unsure of what to do next. That's where me and my team can help. At Early Law Group, we take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you through the legal process every step of the way. We believe every client deserves personal attention and compassionate representation.
Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group, 617-444-7777. That's 617-444-7777.
Call early before it's too late.
9:05 on 95.9. News now brought to you by Mutual of Omaha. Your local reverse mortgage specialist. Contact David Tortolot today, 617-797-3277. Court should be getting underway in a few moments today in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy. Her ex-husband, Patrick Clancy, expected to be back on the stand to testify today. He testified on Monday, the first witness in the case. They did not hold testimony. No jurors were in the courtroom yesterday, but again, they're expected today to start playing what happened during the 911 call that Clancy made to the police to describe what was going on. Now, if you're watching this online, that will not be available to the general public. This will only be available to the jurors. They have blocked some things that they're not going to be showing to the general public, but that is expected to be played at some point this morning. Now, meanwhile, prosecutors say that Clancy strangled her children, Cora, Dawson, and Callan, after sending her husband out to pick up dinner. She then used multiple methods to try to end her own life. She remains paralyzed from the waist down after jumping from the home's second-story window. That home, by the way, there will be a site visit there. The judge decided to allow that, made that ruling yesterday, but only authorized people allowed, including attorneys, the judge, jury members, Clancy, and any other personnel that have to be there. Meanwhile, another court case today. This is in Hingham. A Hingham man charged in a road rage shooting, scheduled to appear today in court for a dangerousness hearing. 60-year-old Stephen License held without bail on several charges, including assault to murder, assault and battery with a firearm, and discharging a firearm within 500 feet of a building. License is accused of firing 2 shots from his revolver at a man in the Hingham Public Library parking lot. This was last Thursday afternoon. Police say License was a passenger in a car being driven by his wife. As they were driving along Route 228, License's wife allegedly threw a tissue out the window. A man driving a pickup truck behind them told police he witnessed the tissue being thrown, then followed the vehicle to the library parking lot because he said he's opposed to littering. Police say the man and woman both got out of their vehicles and had a heated verbal argument. License, who was still inside his car, is alleged to have warned the male driver not to approach his wife. Police say License then shot twice at the man as he was returning to his truck. The man not injured, but License was transported to a local hospital for treatment of stress. Police say License has a permit to carry a firearm. His permit was suspended in 2022, and about 50 firearms were removed from his home.
I'm here with David Tortolot from Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgage. David, who should learn about a reverse mortgage, and what's the best way to do this?
Rob, anyone 62 or older that want to stay in their home long term, that are looking for ways to improve their quality of life during retirement, increase their monthly cash flow, or just set up an emergency line of credit to help cover the costs of property taxes, homeowners insurance, home maintenance costs, or other large unexpected costs that show up in the future. And the best way to learn about a reverse mortgage is seek out a local certified reverse mortgage professional.
Well, you're certified, right, David?
Yes. Currently, there are only 210 certified reverse mortgage professionals nationwide. I'm one of them and live right here in Scituate.
Call 617-797-3277. NMLS number 46902. Lender NMLS number 1025894. Equal housing lender.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
9:09, and taking a look at the ride this morning, we've had problems in Duxbury, and we've had a left lane crash. They were trying to clear out near Route 14 in Duxbury. Traffic is heavy on the northbound side from Route 3A. in Duxbury heading up to Route 14. So allow extra time there as that crash is being cleared away. Then you're okay up to Braintree. Southbound a little slow at Derby Street in Hingham. Not too bad at the Sagamore, and no major delays at the Bourne Bridge. The expressway is still busy on the northbound side from Furnace Brook to Southampton Street. A crash coming in Braintree on 93 northbound near Route 37 in Braintree. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, the updated South Shore weather.
The rain gear will be a must for all of eastern Massachusetts from hilltop to seashore today as we dodge numerous showers and thundery downpours. There is the risk for some localized flooding issues with some sizable rainfall tallies, especially west of Boston. Temperatures are going to be into the low 70s for the most part, and we'll find a freshening easterly breeze. Coming up for tonight, additional showers and thunderstorms look likely with some patchy fog. The overnight low temperature close to 60, and we're still going to need to have the rain gear on standby for tomorrow with additional showers and thunderstorms developing. The high temperature close to 70 with more of a northeasterly wind. Still dodging drops into Thursday night, but then we'll start to dry out later Friday with some partial sun developing after a shower, the high in the mid-70s. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
And right now looks like it's up to 70 degrees outside our South Shore studios, 910. That's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala. And yes, I see the goddess of love is in the other studio, right here on 95.9 WATD.
Got it, Christine. Here we go. Fifth and final hour of the South Shore's Morning News coming to you from Broadcast House here in Marshfield. Rob Hakala with the morning team. Christine James is in our newsroom, and it is time for Love Bites, sponsored by Meineke. Stop by Meineke's Hanover Quincy location today for fast, reliable car care. Go with the name you know. Go with Meineke. And this is Love Bites with our lifestyle coach, Francesca Luca. Love Bites is taking a bite out of love, one question at a time. And don't forget, too, you can chime in on the text line at 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900. And now, here's Francesca.
Hello, Rob.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for coming in. We got, by the way, Francesca's up on the YouTube feed as well, WATD Radio on YouTube. And happy to have you in here. She just came in 2-hour drive, but we're happy to have you, Francesca. Good morning.
Oh, thank you. Good morning to you, too. Yep, it was quite a hike, quite a lot of traffic, but that's okay. I'm here now.
Oh, yeah, you are, and you're ready to dive in. And by the way,
I am.
We do have the wine will come up after 9:30. We got some people already with some pet peeves. You can chime in on that as well. 781-837-4900. Chime in and get a list of pet peeves and things you want to whine about. We'll read that after 9:30. But first, we focus, as we always do, as we traditionally do, and that's a question, Francesca, and several of them have come in. And we'll tell you, by the way, at the end, if you would like to get a question in for Francesca, we'll tell you how to do it. All right, you want me to read the question and then you give us the analysis?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, here we go. All right, so this is definitely from Anonymous. It says, don't dare leave my name. Okay, Francesca.
Yeah.
I love my husband, but lately I feel like we're business partners instead of a married couple. We're renovating a house together. Oh, boy. And every conversation is about contractors, budgets, paint colors, what's next on the to-do list. We work well as a team, but that's all we seem to be anymore. A team. There's no flirting, no meaningful conversations, no affection, and definitely no intimacy.
Ooh.
Every time I try to get closer to him, he changes the subject, buries himself in another project, or tells me he's exhausted. I know renovating is stressful, but I'm starting to wonder if we're just using this house as a distraction from what's happening to our marriage. How do I get my husband back when he seems more invested in the renovation than in me, Francesca? Help me.
Oh, well, okay. Sex is a stress relief to start with, and you might tell him that. No, just kidding. But, well, no, I'm not kidding, actually. But anyway, I hear your concern. You don't want your project to become an emotional hiding place. You know what? Couples, they often go through this during renovations, new babies, career changes, or caring for elderly parents. So this is not new. But you know what? I don't hear that your marriage is falling apart in that question at all. I just hear that you are both consumed with this project. Years ago, I read this article, anonymous, about how you have to be super careful when you're doing a renovation because it can really affect your marriage. Well, I was actually doing just that, renovating, and I thought, that would never happen in my marriage. And you know what? It did. So without getting too much into my own personal life, but it did. It was all consuming. And one of the things that I recommend is start by having a date night where you don't talk about your renovations, you don't talk about your contractors, you don't talk about the painter who left the paint outside, the guy who didn't show up. Just have that completely off the table. Because the danger is in this kind of a situation is that somewhere along the way you've stopped being lovers, and that is the glue. I'm a firm believer that is the glue that keeps relationships together. I'm not saying that it can't work otherwise. There are people who sleep in separate bedrooms. There are, they're friends and whatever. But, I don't think that that's a good way to go. That's just my own personal feeling. But, I'd love to hear from you, Rob. And if Christine is back there.
I don't know. She was working a breaking story, but I'm going to bring her in just a moment here. But, I would say one of the things I've certainly heard about our home projects can be very stressful. People renovating a bathroom, or someone said, I don't know, about wallpapering or something can be very dangerous and difficult.
Dangerous? Wallpaper?
For some relationships, it could be just too much to take. But
it is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, I've moved.
This is renovating a house.
Yeah, and you know what? I've moved, and I'm not even renovating. I'm just fixing it up to have it my own. Yeah. And it's stressful. It is very stressful.
What is the way to, because she says she's having trouble getting close to him, and then he moves away and keeps saying he's too tired. What can you do? Because
Oh, you know what? I actually picked up on that, too, because that is a concern. Okay, fine, you're tired. We're all tired. When you have babies, you're tired. But if you don't make that real effort, then your marriage will get into trouble. So you're smart to try to stop it dead in the tracks now. So again, I would go back to, let's have a once a week date night, or maybe even twice a week. One night you go out, one night you cook dinner. It's just the two of you.
Yeah, maybe have a day. Anonymous, to take a break from the home project then, right? Can he take one day maybe?
Yeah.
You think that would be good?
And one thing I would caution you on is how you approach it, because delivery is everything. So if you say, you know what, we never talk anymore, we're never intimate, you know what, he's going to hear criticism, right? And he's going to feel like he's failing. So don't do that. Instead, invite him back into the relationship. Something like, I'm really missing you. I'm missing us. We're building a beautiful home, but I don't want to wake up to a gorgeous home feeling like roommates, so, and then go into, can we spend one night a week, where we don't talk about the renovations? Because that's vulnerable. It's not accusatory. And I think you have a better chance. And then if he continues to avoid you, then it is time for a deeper conversation, because intimacy, it isn't just about sex. It's eye contact. It's laughter. It's checking in. It's reaching for the other at the end of the day instead of reaching for another to-do list. So that's, my tip, my love bites, and I'd love to hear.
All right, well, let's bring in Christine. There she is. Christine, good morning.
Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Francesca.
Good morning.
It's interesting. I lived through a home renovation project like this. We turned, this was years ago, we turned a half cape into a colonial. and my husband, this was during one of the big real estate booms, got so tired of trying to get estimates from builders. He went to a professional builder school for a few weeks, came back, and he ran the project.
Oh my God!
So
well, there's an idea,
including and did a beautiful job. Well, he's an engineer, so he knew a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
But this was with 4 dogs. We never moved out. The roof was ripped off. Now, are there stressful moments? Absolutely, especially when you can hear the dogs' toenails at night and the tarp, on the roof. And I'm thinking, this is going to make me crazy. I have to say, we
tough.
never had more intense discussions about stuff now that I think is pretty nonsensical in the big picture. But my idea for this was something we did when I worked for him for a brief time. You have to compartmentalize when you do it. So what we would do, just like we did when I was doing some bookkeeping, et cetera, for him, we scheduled one time a week, like a 2-hour block, where we went over, this is what I want to do, this is blah, 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 and that was just business. And then when that business was settled, we went out to dinner, and there was not another word about it until whenever that next meeting was. And you don't let it overtake your life. You have to control the situation as much as you can, and decide that the situation's not going to control you, because you know what? It's not worth it.
And it will. And it can and it will.
Sure.
If you don't take charge of it, it's going to take charge of you.
And don't obsess about it, and don't talk about it 24 hours a day. But I've seen people like that. I know when I've told the same thing to, it's like, don't keep talking about it, but they can't stop.
Right.
It's like, control yourself. So that's what my 2 cents is.
Well, that's
control the
I think
situation.
that's great. Plus, you've been through this type of
with 4 dogs.
Yeah.
So I can only say I was through it with 1 dog, and the marriage, by the way, did not survive it.
Okay,
but
I've been married over 40 years, so it worked out.
Yeah. But there were obviously other issues, and I do think that if your marriage has the solid foundation, that's great. If you become partners in crime and it is a business, and it can also be a way of distracting yourself or both of you from the bigger picture, which may be that your marriage does need some work. So you have to kind of take a look at the whole picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
which is true. And then I know Rob talked about the wallpaper thing, because that was me.
That's what I thought. I thought you brought up the wallpaper.
When people ask me, what are your 3 rules for marriage?
Yeah, tell me again one of them.
Okay, love each other, respect each other, never wallpaper a bathroom together. That's
okay.
That's speaking from personal experience.
And there's a reason that's in there.
And there's a reason exactly.
That's all I'm going to say about that. The bathroom still looks great,
Yeah.
but again, never wallpaper a bathroom together.
Okay, see, I knew I heard it from somewhere. I heard that
isn't
was
that
the
good
wisdom
advice,
of
Rob?
Christine. It is. Yeah, I've never done the wallpapering because of that.
Good.
And then I'm lazy. Yeah, but it's good. In this case, though, for this couple, it does sound, and by the way, I know she's done it, but it does sound like that they do a great job with the project. It sounds like, she said, this is great, we work well together. So I don't know if they have a business of, flipping houses or whatever, but it sounds like definitely, I'm hoping she's reaching out. He is the one now that needs to be open, right, Francesca?
Oh, for sure. She's
So she's making that attempt and reaching out. All right, so we hope that helps you out, Anonymous, and let us know. And then when everything's done, we'll all come over and have a drink at your new house.
Can I make one more comment? And Francesca, you're right. Always start with something positive. Don't put the other person on the defense. Let them know it's like, I really enjoy it when we blah, 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 whatever it is.
Right.
Now, can we do that again? That makes someone want to listen to you, not saying, all the nagging.
Exactly. Nagging is not
who wants
for...
to be nagged at? I don't.
No. Exactly. Well, hopefully that helps, and hopefully the house comes out beautiful and the marriage stays intact, and, give them a wink and, surprise them or something, you might have to put in a little bit more effort to start.
Pick up the money pit with Tom Hanks and Shelley Wall.
No.
All right. Hey, if someone does have a question, Francesca, I know you got a lot of them already in the queue, but how do they reach out to you?
They can go to my website, talkwithfrancesca.com, and just click on Contact Me, and you'll be in business. I'll have your question, but it's going to be a while because I have several of them.
Backed up.
Backed up. Yeah.
All right. We'll be back with the Wednesday Wine. Things to complain about. We got a few of them, I know. What's on your mind? A pet peeve, something that is bothering you. You can send that in on the text line, and we'll get to that live with the Wednesday Wine coming up after 9:30 with Francesca on 95.9 WATD.
Thank you, Rob and Christine.
Thank you. Bites, sponsored by Meineke.
So your car's acting up again, huh? Squeaky brakes, weird noises, or that it's gonna quit on me vibe. Don't stress. Just visit Meineke in Hanover and Quincy. They'll fix it fast, keep it honest, and get you back on the road before your coffee even gets cold. Oil changes, tires, brakes, you name it, they do it. So stop stressing, start cruising, and leave the car drama to Meineke. Fast, friendly, and reliable. Meineke gets you back on the road in no time. For all your car care needs, trust Meineke.
This is Mike McNamara. The stock market's long-term chart runs northeast, but never in a straight line. There are hills, market highs, then valleys, market lows. The problem is that nobody knows where we are now and where we are going tomorrow. With all of the excitement going on in Washington these days, perhaps it's time to review your investments. Maybe we can help. McNamaraFinancial.com or 781-834-2010.
All right, 9:24 on the South Shore's Morning News. We had our road reporter, Larry, checking in, and he's coming in, by the way. He's going to be in for the midday show. Audrey is on vacation. Larry will be in 10 to 3. And he was talking about the delays on Route 3 northbound coming out of Kingston. This was from that crash that was being worked, Route 3 northbound and the area near Route 14 in Duxbury. That should be cleared out now, but it looks like we're still seeing, or at least not in the left lane anymore, but we are still seeing delays from Route 3A in Duxbury. That's where it's starting, Route 3A in Duxbury up past Route 14. So some slow spots up through there from that earlier crash. Route 3 northbound. We'll get a full report coming up at 9:29. We're at 70 degrees in Marshfield. Going to be keeping an eye on the skies. Heavy rain today, so cloudy skies. Embedded heavier downpours and thunderstorms today. And there's going to be sometimes some of that rain heavy, so watch for localized flooding in poor drainage areas. The high up about 74. Not too much warmer than where we are right now. We are at 70 degrees right now in Marshfield. 95.9 WATD. We'll get our full report with traffic and weather in the 9s. And then coming up on Wednesday wine after 9:30.
WATD is proud to have been voted Best FM radio station by readers of South Shore Home, Life and Style magazine. And congratulations to Miles Heeger from Miles on Motorsports for winning Best Local Radio Personality, and Rob Hakala for winning the runner-up spot. Plus, the Bethany Builders podcast picked up the runners-up award for Best Local Podcast. Thank you from the South Shores radio station, 95.9 WATD.
The Tony Award-winning musical Dear Evan Hansen, directed by Tony nominee Adam Pascal, comes to the Carr Amphitheater in Hingham, Massachusetts from August 6th to August 9th, with a star-studded cast featuring the Love Boat's own Jill Whalen, Tony and Grammy nominee Orfeh, Chris Medlin from Netflix Sweet Magnolias, Tori Vagassi from America's Got Talent, and more. Tickets start at just $35. Don't miss Dear Evan Hansen, presented by Harbor Lights Theater, playing from August 6th to the 9th. Visit harborlightstheater.com for more information.
This Sunday, August 2nd, celebrate the grand opening of the J. Alden and Virginia E. Kaiser Center for Living History at the Alden House Historic Site in Duxbury. Ribbon cutting at 11. Open house until 1 p.m. Explore new interactive exhibits, meet 17th century reenactors, and experience the fascinating Pilgrim story where it unfolded. More at alden.org.
Welcome back, everyone. We've reached the final round of the biggest showdown of the summer.
I honestly don't know who's got the edge. The Jeep Wrangler came out strong early,
But the Bronco answered with a huge rally. It's been back and forth ever since.
both fan bases have been loud all day. I don't think there's a bad seat in the house.
And in just moments, we'll finally find out who comes out on top.
Or you could settle the debate yourself.
That's right. Come to Luchetti's Complete Auto Center in Marshfield to get in on the action. Check out the incredible selection of Jeeps, from Rubicons to Saharas, and Broncos, from Big Bends to Outer Banks models, and decide for yourself which off-road legend deserves the belt. Wranglers, Broncos, now at Luchetti's.
All right, and I do want to remind you, we talked about this a little bit later. It was actually during Larry's show yesterday that the word came in that Project Arts of Plymouth did make the announcement that, unfortunately, due to the rain, which we've been talking about, that the concert for this evening has been canceled. So again, so sorry, but Mother Nature makes the rules. And so tonight's July 29 concert is canceled. We hope to get Total Strangers back next year for sure. Project Darts, if you want to find out about the rest of the lineup, you can go to projectdarts.com, projectdarts.com. Learn all about the Project Darts series online. And they normally do it every Wednesday night, 6:30 to 9:30 on the historic Plymouth waterfront. But again, tonight's concert is rained out and canceled due to that heavy rain. All right, the time now is 9:29. Let's get you updated on traffic and weather on the 9s and the ride on Route 3 on the northbound side. Slow going through the Duxbury area. We had that crash. Looks like it's cleared out now near Route 14, but still some slowdown starting around Route 3A in Duxbury. You're fine up through Hanover up into South Weymouth. The expressway is jammed from Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. 93 northbound, a crash clearing near the Braintree split to watch out for. 24 a little busy near 139, and it looks like some pockets on 495 northbound. I was seeing a little bit of a delay in the Middleborough area on 495 on the northbound side. It looked like up on the approach to 105, so watch out for a little bit of a slowdown there. Not sure if it's an incident or a work crew, but a little bit of a delay on 495 northbound in the Middleborough stretch. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Well, we're dealing with cloudy skies today and that rain. Some heavy downpours and thunderstorms coming into the area in the late morning, midday hours. And through the afternoon with heavier downpours and thunderstorms, 74. Rain to mist with occasional showers and thunderstorms, some heavy tonight. Mist, occasional showers, a low down to 63. And then tomorrow, overcast, remaining misty with occasional showers, a high near 72. Right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature is, we're at 70 degrees at the weather station, WATD. Coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios, I'm Rob Hakala. Thanks for being with us with the South Shore's Morning News. And thanks to Coastal Heritage Bank for sponsoring our great studios. You can see them up on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, member FDIC, member DIF. All right, it's a Wednesday. It's after 9:30, and that means
she wants to know your pet peeve. Oh, she returns, she wants to let it all hang out. So listen up and text in with your pet peeve.
781-837-4900. Wednesday Wine with Francesca, and the Wednesday Wine is sponsored by our great friends over at Empire Wine and Spirits. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring Empire Wine and Spirits, 182 Summer Street in Kingston, empirewineandspirits.com. All right, let's find out what's bothering you. What's your pet peeve? What do you want to whine about? Francesca's here. Good morning, Francesca.
Good morning again.
All right, we got the Wednesday Wine, sponsored by Empire Wine and Spirits. Thank you, Empire Wine and Spirits. All right, so people can text in on the text line, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. We had some people obviously texting in. They hate people. This was all spurred on by a road rage incident in Hingham, as you know. But people that throw things out of their cars, littering, we're not obviously advocating to take it to the stretch of confronting the person and having it lead to a shooting. But again, this was someone that said people who throw things out of cars. We had somebody earlier that talked about people that used to go and pull up to a parking space and dump out their ashtrays. But Jeff from Marshfield says, what car has an ashtray anymore? And that's a good point. But,
oh my goodness, that's true.
Yeah. But, there used to be, sometimes you'd pull into a parking lot and it would look like you'd see this pile
right
that's
there. Gross. That's disgusting.
And it doesn't have to be, it can be anything where people like dump the contents of their car in a parking space and you see the debris. So littering, A few people said little nip bottles, other things like
God.
that. you
Yeah,
know,
no,
so-
that's terrible. But that's funny, Jeff. I didn't think about that. But what about people who still smoke? They don't get an ashtray in their car anymore?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's why they're throwing it out the window all the time. I don't know. Do they have a little thing?
Now I'm curious about
I
that.
don't know.
Now when I get in my car today, I'm going to look and see if there's an ashtray.
Where's the ashtray? All right.
Hey, yeah, I would have been lost without that back in the
Okay.
day.
Let's see. We also
But
had,
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I think that is really disgusting. And thank you for sharing that. And hopefully all you litterers out there will heed his advice, which is
Okay. We had
stop
another listener.
littering, please.
Al wanted to say, my pet peeve is most people are not kind. Oh, and he said, I have a portable ashtray. Oh, okay. There you go. And he said it was slow through Kingston because of that earlier crash. He said, keep a safe distance, too. He says, when it starts raining, people go too close to each other. Or they still, they like to go close all the time. When it rains, sometimes people are not keeping a proper distance, says Al.
No, that's interesting. Yeah, you know what? That's one of my pet peeves. People who go right up your butt. Like, really? Does it really? Are you trying to? Do you think I'm going to go faster? Because I do just the opposite. I slam my brakes.
What's that?
Well, if someone drives really close to my car, like really close, it's annoying kind of close, and then they flash the headlights.
Well, I
hate that. And you know what? I just hit my brakes.
I
Like,
always
sorry,
wonder
pal.
why you don't go around, especially if it's a 2-lane road. Don't try to do that to someone. And then you're right. Sometimes, if it is, if somebody's just behind you all the time, I might just, if you're like on a winding road and you want to take your time and somebody's just putting pressure on you all the time, I'll just pull over because I don't want to. What's the point of having this person behind there all the time? But because obviously they're in a hurry, I guess. But otherwise, just pass.
Exactly. You know what? Years ago,
if you can,
listen to this. Years ago, I'm talking years. I was like 32 years old, so we know how many years ago that was. A long time ago. But
Very
anyway,
young, very young.
But anyway, I took this weekend BMW car racing class called Skip Barber. Okay, it was a Skip Barber BMW car racing, right? It was a fun weekend. But it was also about really learning how to drive. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I never forgot is that first of all, you should never drive behind a truck, ever, because you can't see. Okay?
Yes, yep.
So now
spot.
I'm going to start with my car safety classes here. But also, always stay a car's distance away from a car. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I know instead of complaining over here, we're getting little lessons on how to drive, but you know what, if it keeps people safe, because if you're a car's distance away from another car, if someone does jam their brakes, you're going to be safer than if you are right. So you're not doing anybody, Mr. crawling up your butt driver, you're not doing anybody any favors, and you think you're being a wise guy, hey, get out of my way. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You have a greater chance of getting a smashed up car, not to mention that you might end up with some neck pain there. So anyway,
No, it's a good point, and thank you, Al, as well, who also sent in, let's see, he texted us a photo of his portable ashtray. Thank you, Al.
What does it look like? A portable ashtray? So what do you mean, like one of those old ashtrays?
It looks like it's in the top of maybe what would be like a coffee cup. It's a portable ashtray. It looks like. I think everybody can imagine what it looks like.
Yeah, but now, Al, Al, my question to you is: you're still smoking?
Well, I know he's trying to be more relaxed on the roadways.
Oh, Al, you gotta quit smoking, man. Come on.
He says, don't slam your brakes, though, Francesca, because what happens if somebody, don't slam your brakes, you can be found at fault. Also, how about those lane huggers? They never move over to the right lane. A car length may be too close. Al says 3 to 4 is better. All right, look at that. So
3 to 4?
Well, yeah. So that's where you see a car, and then when you see a break of about like where 3 to 4 cars would be, and then little smoke wafting out, it's Al. He's just there. Okay. All right, Pete from Hingham. My pet peeve is people buying all those nip bottles. Do they know they could save money if they just buy a bigger bottle?
That's a good idea. Tell them to go to Empire Wine and Spirits.
Empire Wine
and
Spirits.
get your bottle there.
We did have also Wayne from Weymouth wanted to say this is his pet peeve. Again, it's always the little thing. What bothers you? But this is the thing, he says, when you go to fill up your tire and the person doesn't wrap the hose back up to where it's supposed to. It's supposed to go on a holder, and sometimes people will just leave it out. You know, they'll put air in the tire. You know, if you have your tires low, it's supposed to be wrapped up, you know, on the little thing.
Well, that's like the car vacuum thing too. It's like,
yeah,
can't you just wrap it? Can't you just
Yes.
wrap that hose around? Like, why can't people just take those extra steps? But I have to tell you something. Wasn't it? When was it that there was what was that last complaint about the carriages? Right? Oh. Was it that last week that people were complaining about the carriages in the supermarket?
Yes, it was about not returning your carriages because of
yes,
you know, and especially when the wind comes, that can push the carriage into someone else's car.
So that was last week. So get this, I'm right after the show. Okay, I go to Market Basket, and all of a sudden it starts getting dark and demonic out there and scary, and the wind shifts. I felt like I was in the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God.
The storms are brewing,
The storms are, and so I get out, and the rain is coming down like super hard, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have time to bring my carriage. But you know what?
Yeah.
Thanks to the Wednesday wine, I have to confess.
You knew.
Who knew? I am going to tell you, I have to confess. I probably would not have put that carriage back. It was so bad. I'm not kidding you. I felt like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, but I put that carriage away. I was drenched when I got back to my car. So thanks for complaining about putting the carriage back. I will always do it. But I will never also drive in the breakdown lane. We know that story.
Yes, that's my pet peeve. I don't like that.
I know.
Again, if I had more testosterone, I might push you off the road, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm much older and less cranky.
Well, we are you? Is that true? You're less cranky?
Oh, I think, well, except for the gentleman that, again, we had a cranky man that called in to insult me, but
when? Today?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He didn't like the birthday segment. He says it goes too long for his taste, even though I've been doing it for 25 years. But he says now is the time to change it. So, but then again, he may be new, but then he's probably gone already. But anyway, 781 anonymous texters, and but I will say, and the listeners were right. Maybe Kate from Duxbury said the gentleman is mad. Maybe he's mad because no one wishes him a happy birthday. So you know what I will
happy
say?
Happy birthday to you.
Whatever it is in your world, 781, for coming up. And even though you're coming to bring a negative view to my day, I will wish you a happy birthday.
Happy
on your birthday.
birthday.
I will.
Yes. Well, that may be, you know what, Kate, you may have a very good point. Maybe someone's, you know something, you always wonder.
He may be going through a tough time. You know, whatever reason. That's why he's coming around to give me a hard time. So I will take the high road and say,
be kind.
I will wish you a happy birthday.
Be kind, right?
Okay.
Wasn't there someone who wrote in and said people are just not kind? Yeah, people are not so kind. They're not kind like they used to be.
We want to just have fun. Again, you know, I do the show for my own enjoyment, or I wouldn't be here.
Right.
And a paycheck. L from Situate said, always heard 1 car length for every 10 miles per hour. Patty from Marshfield says, I enjoy keeping a bottle of water in my car for my cigarettes.
I thought she was going to say a bottle of wine. That would be my idea.
No, none of that. And 978 says, John Paul, you know, he's the AAA car doctor. He's the expert on this. On WATD, he had a segment explain that 3 seconds is a safe distance for you to drive behind another vehicle. Explain how to measure 3 seconds while driving. Okay, now I'm not sure on that.
I'm confused.
Is it just 1 car length, or how to measure? I should check in with John Paul. But
yes, check in with John Paul.
Thank
definitely.
you for that. I will ask about that. But that's a good thing about not following too close. All right. Well, we had a lot of good ones this morning.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for writing in. We'll look forward to more next week.
Yeah, and it's the Wednesday Wine, sponsored by Empire Wine and Spirits. And Francesca, as always, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob.
95.9 WATD.
Upgrade your glass without draining your wallet at Empire Wine and Spirits. Big flavor, small price. Don't miss the 4 to go. 4 wines for just $44.95. That's 40% off the regular price. More taste, less waste, and a deal that's hard to beat. They've got a massive wine selection, a huge lineup of craft beers, and all the spirits you need for any night of the week. Every Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, stop in for their wine tasting. Sip, sample, and find your new favorite. Empire Wine and Spirits, conveniently located at 182 Summer Street in Kingston. or visit EmpireWineandSpirits.com.
What, because
I don't want to drive off the road.
Why, you think I'm crazy?
No, the whole thing's crazy.
95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News. Rob Hakala with the morning team, and we're going to be with you till 10 o'clock today, and Larry will be in for Audrey on the midday show. All right, the text line is available, 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900. Our text line is sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. If you have any follow-ups for that, feel free to do that. Crash cleared on the expressway at the Braintree split. Crash in Duxbury, Route 3 North is gone as well. We are expecting some heavy rain. We'll check traffic and weather in the 9s. A full report for you at 9:49. We'll have the entertainment report from EBC. But right now, it's time to check in with John Shea. He joins us every morning at this time as we highlight a local artist. John, who do you have for us today on 95.9 WATD?
Thank you. Happy Wednesday. The Wednesday local artist of the day is Kat Kennedy. Kat Kennedy was born in Connecticut, lived in Massachusetts for many years, played many shows here on the South Shore before relocating to Los Angeles. She just released a brand new album called A Part of Me, A Piece of You that you can find on all streaming platforms. To learn more about Kat Kennedy, give her a follow on Instagram. This is called Got One Still from Kat Kennedy, your Wednesday local artist of the day. 95.9 WATD.
Might take the van to South Dakota and see the Black Hills for a while. Got too busy getting older, but suddenly I found the time. So what the hell? Let's waste a few nights while we got 'em still. Might as well get my heart broke while I got one still. While I got one still. Saving time by writing rain checks till that next time didn't come. No more LA, no Kyoto. I learned that it don't matter if you're young. So what the hell? Let's waste a few nights while we got 'em still. Might as well get my heart broke while I got one still. While I got one still. I know tonight won't last forever, but let's pretend that it will. 'Cause we got one still. Let's waste a few nights while we got 'em still. Might as well get my heart broke while I got one still. While I got one still. So what the hell? Let's waste a few nights while we got 'em still. Might as well get my heart broke while I got one still. While I got one still.
And that's our local artist on WATD, Kat Kennedy, and Got One Still. 95.9 WATD, the South Shore's radio station. Rob Hakala with the morning team. Larry's in for Audrey coming up in the midday show. We'll get to any final text messages you have on any of the topics today or something that maybe one of the people complained about in the Wednesday wine and you'd like to do that. You can do that, or anything about Love Bites with Francesca. Let's see, the situation in Stoughton, or any other topic as well. Feel free to do that. 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. is the text line. Yeah, we had a few more as well, again, about the road rage incident in Hingham. A couple texts in on that. Let's see, 781-837-4900. And, we'll also put up as well, again, Pete sent in that great photo from Hingham, so we'll share that up on the YouTube page in just a moment as well, if you want to see that. WATD Radio on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can see the beautiful studios, and you can also like, watch, and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. And there's a chat room as well there where you can go and give yourself a phony fake name and chat amongst yourselves. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's get an update now on the roads and the weather, traffic and weather on the 9s. And the expressway northbound is heavy East Milton up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 on the northbound side, is that eased out? It looks like it is now, through Kingston and Duxbury from earlier issues. Not too bad at the Sagamore Bridge, although a little bit of some volume 6 west right now heading off Cape. 24 and 44 look pretty good. We are getting reports of a new crash coming in 24 south, a vehicle that went off the road 24 south near 495. And 95 south, a crash, a vehicle went off that road 95 south near 140 in Foxborough. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the details now. And again, watch out for localized flooding today. Again, the rain could be intense at times, and that is going to make for some dangerous driving. As we talked about, when the rain comes down, wipers on, headlights on, and keeping a safe distance are going to be things you definitely want to pay attention to today. Let's get the details now. Meteorologist Josh Nichols, sponsored by Hingham Lumber. Now is the time to build the deck of your dreams. Spend $2,000 or more on fiber-on decking between August 1st and September 30th and be entered to win a Weber SA325 Indigo Grill courtesy of Hingham Lumber.
The rain gear will be a must for all of eastern Massachusetts from hilltop to seashore today as we dodge numerous showers and thundery downpours. There is the risk for some localized flooding issues with some sizable rainfall tallies, especially west of Boston. Temperatures are going to be into the low 70s for the most part, and we'll find a freshening easterly breeze. Coming up for tonight, additional showers and thunderstorms look likely with some patchy fog. The overnight low temperature close to 60, and we're still going to need to have the rain gear on standby for tomorrow, with additional showers and thunderstorms developing. The high temperature close to 70 with more of a northeasterly wind. Still dodging drops into Thursday night, but then we'll start to dry out later Friday, with some partial sun developing after a shower, the high in the mid-70s. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Can you imagine the morning sun spilling into your kitchen, or soft daylight brightening a once dark hallway? Whether you're dreaming of a more inviting home or building your next standout project, Hingham Lumber has you covered with Velux Skylight Systems. They aren't your average skylights. Every Velux skylight comes with a solar-powered, room-darkening shade, so you can enjoy warm, natural light when you want it and energy-efficient comfort all year long. Consider a venting model, welcoming in fresh air, improving indoor air quality, and reducing moisture in kitchens and baths. Homeowners love the airy, open feel and stylish upgrade. Contractors appreciate the smooth, straightforward installation and the impressive results their clients notice right away. Velux skylights are designed for performance and simplicity. It's a bright upgrade with a big impact on your space, your comfort, and your energy savings. Ready to add more natural light and comfort to your space? Talk to the door and window team at Hingham Lumber on Route 3A in Cohasset or at hinghamlumber.com.
Progressive presents Perfectly Bad Excuses for Missing Stuff to Spend More Time on Your Motorcycle.
Hey, Tom. Gonna miss the 5K. Gotta organize my vitamins. A, B, C. There's so many. D.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
ABC Entertainment News.
He's choosing Texas, I can tell.
Another record for Ella Langley and her hit Choosin' Texas. The song hit 15 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, the most for a non-holiday song by a solo female artist. Selena Gomez and her husband Benny Blanco are teasing a new song release for this Friday. It's in Spanish and features Latin star Becky G. The song is Te Olvido, which means I'm forgetting you. Ariana Grande has filed a lawsuit against a group of anonymous hackers. The singer says the hackers were able to steal unreleased music from accounts and devices belonging to her producers.
Designers, there is bad news and there is good news.
And happy birthday to Tim Gunn, who turns 73 today. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Hi, this is Paul Solano of the Paul Ponders Radio Show, presented by Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus, where they have fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors. Please join me for season number 2, Saturdays from 12:08 to 1 p.m. before the music with Ron Dwyer. It was a great first year in the slot of the Boiling Point with Arthur Boyle. We have really informative segments on technology, health and wellness, business and finances, nonprofits, and Paul Pondering Thoughts. Catch you on Saturdays at 12:08 p.m. Hashtag Indeed.
On 95.9 WATD. 95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News. Getting ready to wrap up. I'm Rob. Francesca's now standing next to me, awkwardly close to my right. Larry Nelson's over there. I'm kidding. Larry's over there as well. And Christine is somewhere in the newsroom. I can't see her. She's out of range there. But Christine, if you're there, we've got our final text message. She may be working on a story right now, but we'll get to Christine later. Let's see. You want to hear what the pet peeves? Okay. All right. Let's see what the mailman has brought in. Beth from Weymouth. Good morning, Rob, Francesca, and Christine. My traffic pet peeves. Here you go. While waiting at a light, first in line stopped. Those on my right with the green light take a left and nearly hit my car. They cut the corners so tight. Okay, that could be true. Yeah. Instead of waiting, this is number 2, instead of waiting in a long line of cars to get off at an exit, these wise guys speed to the head of the line and cut in. That's right, people that don't wait their turn for exits. I was so mad again. Someone was driving from the left lane and they went, they're always trying to take the exit at the last minute. If you knew you're going to get off the exit, I mean, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure they didn't know they were going to get off, but they should try to get over a little bit earlier. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for all that you do that is special. Thank you, Beth from Weymouth. Lauren from Braintree. Again, we had a cranky old man that texted in that thinks the birthday's not fast enough for his pleasure. But birthdays are great, the highlight of our day. Jason does slow down the birthdays with his comments. I will admit that. But no judgment on Jason's values, says Lauren from Braintree. We had Pete from Hingham, of course, who says people should, again, get bigger bottles. Don't buy the nip bottles. That's a better thing. L from Scituate, thank you. And 978 for the car, driving too close to cars. Al, thank you for all your great texts. Did you want to see again what an ashtray looks like in a car, Francesca?
Oh, that's gross.
Does this make you...
gross.
I know. I'm not going to share that. No. Patty, thank you. Gray Wolf loves thunderstorms. He says, I cannot wait for thunderstorms to move in. I love thunderstorms.
It's not a 2-hour drive.
All right. Mike, again, he had a chance to come on our show. He reached his fundraising goal for the Falmouth Road Race. Mike's the guy that almost had his head crushed by a slab of granite. He was the guy that came on the show. Yeah. You can watch his YouTube video up on WATD Radio on YouTube, the interview, but he made his goal. And he said, thank you so much. It was a pleasure coming down and being on your show. You ever get bored and need a co-anchor to fill in or a host? You got this guy right here. All right, Lisa in Hummerock. Let's see. She said again, the issue with Stoughton and Tom Coulter. She says something's going on. Maybe the town manager is pushing for her to be silenced, the police chief, by intimidation. That's my opinion. Jeff from Marshfield, who has a car with an ashtray anymore these days. And Kate from Duxbury, again, talking about that mean gentleman that didn't share his first name. He said, maybe we can wish them a happy birthday, too. All right? Maybe he doesn't get birthday wishes. Thank you for WATD and keeping us connected, okay? So I appreciate that. All right. I guess that's all of them. Thank you, Wayne, 781. Thank you to Kevin and Carol. Oh, Carol wanted to know, again, the person that was getting angry with the road rage incident that followed because someone threw a napkin or a tissue out a window. The man followed the couple and wanted to confront them. Now, again, the couple that was confronted, the man was the one that fired the gun. He should not. Police said you're not justified firing a gun in a library parking lot just because someone is coming out of their car to talk to you. However, she's saying, should the man that's chasing after people for littering, should that man need anger management sessions?
Definitely.
Probably many of them. And Scott from Pembroke checked in and said people also love Star Trek around here. So Jason was giving me a hard time about Star Trek. So I love Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
All right. And Christine, did you want to hear? Dan is collecting money for lottery tickets. And we have a request for Christine. $2 by Tomorrow is the name of the song that for Dan McCready, because all he does, has he ever asked you to play the lottery game at all?
He does, and I say go
$2 by Tomorrow.
Go away, Dan.
All right, so do we have this? Okay, this is going out to Dan McCready as we get ready to wrap it up. Dan wants your money.
Dan's got a dream. It's a dollar sign scheme. He's pacing the block like he's mapping the theme. Says the numbers are glowing in his head tonight. The jackpot's calling, it's shining so bright. He's got no shame, no pride to borrow. $2 today, pay it back tomorrow. $2, $2.
$2.
Come on, lad, we could hit it big. We could cash and spend.
$2.
It's a winning spree. Dan says, trust me now. You'll thank me, you'll see.
All right, thank you, Christine, for reminding me about that song. $2 by Tomorrow, and we'll all be millionaires. So there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Francesca. Thank you, Larry Nelson. And thanks, everybody, for texting in.
That's all she wrote. Didn't ride no more. She left the gloom hanging round my front door.
The South Shore's breaking news.